Hey everybody, and welcome back here to the Riyadh Masters. We are halfway through the days. We got some great Dota lined up. Now you're joined with us. I'm Cryptic. We got Fogged here as well. Super excited for what we've got coming up. Quest Esports versus 9Pandas. How you feeling, man?
Good. I got to actually wake up pretty early, so I got to even watch some of the Shopify games and stuff like that.
Ooh,
So
nice,
yeah, get
nice.
started with some nice Dota. Well, some nice Dota from both sides because it was I think 1-1 at the end of it. But
1-1, yeah.
yeah, excited. I didn't get to see the morning matchup of Quest Extreme, unfortunately. That's a little bit too early for me, but I mean, 1-for-1s. Quest still looking pretty hot. They're looking to play pretty well with Malik, so this should be an exciting one.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got kind of lucky. I mean, these should be really good series, and then we also have Shopify versus Bet Boom after
Yeah.
this. And I think Shopify has kind of hit a slump for the last couple of events, and Bet Boom is the exact opposite. They have had a straight upward trajectory. So this is going to be a pretty cool matchup, I think, to round out the day as well.
Yeah, that one's cool also because there's like a little bit of, I mean, well, not drama or anything like that, right? In any way, but it's former players that used to play with each other, right?
Yeah.
So it's always fun having Nightfall versus his previous squad and stuff like that. So yeah, there's tons of excitement today. I think that I'm looking forward mostly to this first one, to be quite honest with you, just because I'm a huge Quest fan. I got to be totally honest with you.
Nice.
I've followed
That's
them
awesome.
for almost 2 years, at least 2.5 years now. When they were already doing stuff like that, we got to cast a lot of even the Div 2 games when they were on their ways up, and even when they were playing with oh my goodness, my name's drawing a blank, and their offlaner, their old offlaner.
ATF?
No, they're old offlaner for Quest. Even
Oh,
before they got ATF, and even before they were replaced before like that. Either way, whatever. I've been watching them for super long, so it's always exciting to see this team, how much they've improved and how much they've gotten together, because their support duo is amazing, and then everyone always is talking about TA 2000 because this guy just seems to be like one of the best carries in the world. So it's a treat to watch them.
dude, I will say this team, as someone who doesn't watch a lot of Western Europe Dota just because time zones is everyone talks about this team being a huge come up story. And yeah, you're right. I hear about TA 2000 all the time. I've watched some of their games, and it is always like a masterclass performance for him on
Yeah.
almost any carry he's playing. It is incredibly cool to watch. I will say, um, I'm curious how 9Pandas is going to do because they struggled a little bit this morning. They did not have the best start. They took a 0-2 against Evil Geniuses,
Wow.
so they could be maybe struggling a little bit here today. But I mean, EG, a really strong team, struggled in Bali with some sicknesses, and they kind of just bottomed out. So a lot of things, kind of didn't go their way there. But it's still a very strong team, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. 9 Pandas, I think there's just always a little bit of a, I don't know, Ramsey sometimes for me. Either Ramsey's really owns or he just kind of does some really weird deaths and stuff like that. It's kind of like a Duraccio kind of way sometimes like that.
Yeah.
But he's super confident in this team. I mean, they're very confident in each other. I've actually gotten the pleasure to at least talk with him a little bit too, on the sides. I've known Ramsey since he was on VP for quite some time, same with Solo. So I have a little bit of an in with them kind of in a way. And they're actually super friendly. You maybe wouldn't expect it too much from the 9 Pandas guys, just for some strange reason, just because sometimes Ramses comes off very aggressive, right? Because his pubs and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know. They're all really, really nice to me. And I really like Antares' gameplay. He's like the techie Skywrath guy
I love
before
Antares.
it was popular, so it's very
Yeah.
fun to watch his aggression.
I think he has one of the most fun four position pools. There's a few people who have really, really cool pools in the four position. I think Matthew out of EG is probably my number one, just because he plays stuff that no other supports will play. But Antares has always kind of been, I would say, even before Berlin, even before Lima, he was always picking kind of like you said, techies before it
Yeah.
got cool, and then also his Coddle was legendary for a while. He's done some cool stuff.
Super aggressive. I love watching just
Yeah.
aggressive players. That's kind of the, I mean, CIS function, right? Just aggression through and through. So yeah, he definitely fits in perfectly. And let's see what we get. Let's see what matchups we get. Let's see if Naga Sirens and stuff like that, if they're going to trickle in. See what priorities is there going to be. IO Leshes. I don't know from these teams in particular. Highly doubt it. So let's see what's more contested.
Yeah, I will say Naga Siren seems unstoppable. It has looked so dominant in nearly every single game I've seen it, and I don't know what the best way to address it is. Maybe you get IO Lesh against it, but from the carry matchup, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of options.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's funny. That's kind of putting a statement out. I think I saw one or two first two bans online. I think it was Riskaka, which obviously that makes sense, but This could be one of those things that's just like, all right, we have a strong 4 position that fits into a lot of lineups, and good luck picking illusion heroes.
5 seconds.
A bit of a statement.
So yeah, I guess that's the leave Naga in and pick Lion.
Yeah. Cool. See what response we get. There's look, Brood's not in though, right? So they still like Doom quite a bit. But they
Yeah, 9Pandas still plays Doom a ton.
Yeah. So that's probably one that they're looking at here. Unless they really switch stuff up today. They could look to abuse the Lion, because this hero hates to play versus summons and stuff, too, if they wanted to go something early like a Visage, because I know they like that hero a lot, too, but they'll keep it safe. They'll just open with a Snapfire, not really revealing too much. This I didn't really expect too much from them, but I guess it's something that happens throughout the tournament. 9Pandas, they don't, as far as I remember, they don't really play this hero that much. They played a little bit, but they're probably one of the ones that play it the least.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a hero that like, I think Antares has played it a couple times,
Yes.
but it doesn't really, like, they're, like, Kiyotaka, I don't think I've ever seen play
They
it.
played it once here that I remember seeing.
Okay.
But just the once.
And they go back for the Doom.
Yeah. And they'll just go back to Doom. Okay. That's safe. I thought perhaps there was a chance of, like, the Visage and stuff, just because these, like, yeah, these Lions, these type of supports like this, they can't do anything to the birds.
Okay. So, potentially Snapfire Doom offlane. You could take Snap mid for Kiyotaka, of course, but for the most part, a pretty stable, like, very 9Pandas-ish opener, I would say.
It's very flexible, because they run
Yeah.
even Antares on Doom quite a bit, if I'm not mistaken. So
Oh, that's right, you're right.
So that's, yeah, we'll see with how they end up running it, but they just leave it open. And let's see how the response is from Quest. We've seen even like TBs and stuff like that versus the Dooms in the past. People just snap opening it. Quest not really favoring it that early anymore. We'll just stick with there.
Oh, baby, finally.
Nice.
I love this hero.
This is one of Noob's best, honestly, as well, too. Now you gotta ban the Clockwork.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think we've been seeing Primal Beast less. Is that just because of the Clockwork effect? Like, this hero just hitting, like getting picked so often here in the start. We've been seeing overall first phase banned clocks for a few games yesterday.
Probably a back and forth, right? It's like Clock's good versus Primal, but Primal's just good, period. So I think Primal's just also getting banned at first too, quite a lot from what I saw, especially versus Quest. So I actually think most teams did, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 9Pandas, the last time they played them 2 days ago here, they did, yeah, they banned the first two. Pretty much everybody's banned the first two, Primal versus Noob. It really does feel like it's become his best hero. You'll see in this game especially too, if he gets the way that he changed the spells. He's perfect. He had like the frame perfect usage, so he can like prevent BKBs and stuff like that with the combo. He's really good at it.
Dire team ban.
They are taking a lot of the reserve time just
Yeah.
for bans right now. They got rid of the
Like,
well, I'm just trying to think, like, what if you're 9Pandas, do you start like trying to secure the Doom lane, or do you keep it flexible? Because like you said, like, they have played this for Antares 4. They do just get rid of the Naga Siren.
I think you still probably get rid of the Naga TB.
Yeah.
Just because he's so good at it. And yeah, they're going to ban Visage because of the Lion that we were saying before, and then the Clockwork because of the Primal, so... I'm actually... Okay, they actually still did ban the Visage, which is kind of cool. They do run the 4 Doom with the 3 Visage, which is actually quite strong. Scorched Earth is
Dude,
a ton of damage, actually. It's like instant
Yeah.
soul assumption sack, so it's actually pretty neat.
It's like there's a good chance you're hitting 2 heroes with Scorched Earth, you know, and
Yeah.
you're just throwing these soul assumptions constantly. Yeah, it's a cool combo. Not something that you really think of all that often.
No, definitely not. So it's like a 30... that sounds like Tundra, right? I mean, it's just like because Aoi was playing the Visage and stuff like that with...
True, it does, huh?
So let's see, do they actually ban the TB? Because the other ones, like we've seen a lot, it's the TBs and the morphs to address the Doom, because your natural Lincoln's on a morph. It's tough to get the Doom off pre. All that kind of stuff. A lot of these players do like those kind of matchups, in particular Ramses.
Bloodseekers aren't terrible either, from what I've seen. But you
Yeah.
might need like a kill, like a really strong 5 to help actually like secure kills onto the Doom. Something like Lich or Crystal Maiden, stuff like that, maybe.
I mean, they probably just have quite a bit of options still for PA 2000. This guy plays everything under the sun.
Silencer, interesting.
Hmm.
So does that make me?
Okay.
That makes me feel like Snapfire might be a core. but because like it is really annoying to play Snapfire into the silencer, but there's gotta be so there's gotta be like a spirit coming out in the mid lane
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
would explain the silencer ban.
Yeah.
So they get rid of Ember immediately.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's one hero that can be pretty annoying for a Primal Beast for sure.
Yeah.
Constant poke.
10 seconds remaining.
Seen that lane quite a lot.
5 seconds remaining.
Hmm.
Dude, I'm trying to think like what quest would like to take for TA 2000 here into the Doom lane. The TA is actually open
That's what
as
I was
well.
thinking too. I think it's TA or TB. I think that's the two that I'm
Right?
most looking at here, but perhaps it could wait a little bit. Like they're going to be able to get to see some more information here too right off the bat. Yeah, 9Pandas is literally running through all their time.
Dude, I am so their second phase bans was the entirety of their reserve. They get rid of Lycan.
Okay. They'll pick up more and more ETs rising.
Okay, ET stonks. Hopefully you invested.
Did not have faith in it. I'm a huge ET player. It works really well in pubs right now. Don't get me wrong. Just for pro games, it has been doing better, so I can't really say anything against it. They're just gonna move up the SD in priority. Always good versus ET to prevent aggression. They love this hero as well too. I've seen some super fancy stuff that Kaori does when he's playing this hero, like just stealing stacks and stuff. Like he gets his own stacks and then he runs into like enemy triangles and stuff like that. And with level 2 Shadow Poison, I've seen him steal stacks. So hopefully some cool stuff that he can do. And they're just gonna go for a safe jog. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this just like a kind of a safe pick here? Like they don't see their carry matchup, so it's decent into Doom and it doesn't lose a ton of carry matchups.
They like it. It doesn't lose a lot of carry matchups. It does scale super hard, and like the life stealers and the jugs, those are the ones that ET is like the worst matchup for us.
I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Nyx jug. Nyx is a dead hero right now, but playing into that lane can be
Nyx
weird.
is just worse jug.
Yeah. Okay.
Like his lifesteal is actually just less.
It's pathetic, honestly. That hero might need some love, perhaps. Drow?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is old school. I mean, old school I say, but when Primal was first getting picked, you get Drow, you have Gust, you build Hurricane Pike, you're good at being able to
10 seconds remaining.
keep your distance as long as you have a good front line.
Decent into the jug matchup as well. I mean, this is pretty rough for the Juggernaut unless he can get like maybe a blink like third, fourth item.
Yeah. Not the roughest of jug matchups. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know, these Slarks and PAs or whatever that just click a button and ruin your Omni Slash and anything like that, but this is a different kind of concept of difficulty, the distance.
Well, they actually just get rid of the TA as well. Mars, yeah. It's one of those heroes that Drow, like, she still can deal damage into the arena, but boy, does your team fight feel miserable if you're just dropping arena anywhere near the Drow.
Yeah, also you just put a bulwark after the team fight. So you can actually protect you can protect your backline pretty decently.
5 seconds remaining.
Although bulwark's not as broken as it once was, sadly. But...
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so you're talking about how Noob loves his Primal Beast.
Yeah.
So it's going to be mid Primal Beast here most likely. What is 9Pandas looking for to take to the mid lane, or are we likely seeing this Snapfire?
That's what I'm wondering if they are putting the snap mid. If not, Storm is a good ban.
That's pretty good.
I was thinking Storm, but then I'm like, there's a Lion. But maybe they're thinking that's not enough CC. I mean, it is Kiyotaka's Storm. It's his best, in my opinion, his best hero next to his Tinker.
Tinker could be problematic.
Tinker, I was kind of thinking there's a possibility of it, just because there's some limited... Primal actually can hunt you kind of decent. I don't know how the matchup
The
is,
best... I go for Puck. Okay, I was going to say, I feel like one of the better matchups would be Lesh or Puck if you're worried about Tinker. But...
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, because now they have
didn't
the
think
coverage.
they wanted the mid lane.
Yeah. Now they have coverage for that, and they have the way to get to the back line. So they have a way to stop the snap, perhaps get on the Drow Ranger too, and there's definitely limited stuns for Puck. There's a Gust, but some limited catch.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot. I think Puck has also just looked pretty good. We're seeing a lot of drafts that don't have like really solid lockdown.
Yeah.
Like over the last couple of days, they have great team fight, like big ults and stuff, but there's not like these like chain CCs that we've been seeing. So
yeah,
heroes like Puck, Storm Spirits, all been looking pretty good.
They will go.
Outrider last pick, probably. I mean,
It's gonna be Antares.
it is going to be support. Yeah, okay, so offlane Doom, mid Kiyotaka Snap.
Okay. That's interesting they go for that versus the Jug SD lane.
Yeah, can't you just get disrupted in Blade Fury and you don't really care too much?
Could definitely be a little problematic to ever get aggressive up there, but Antares maybe just over the overall grand scheme of the game wanted the hero. Because that lane looks like it could get a little weird. Doom Bat, SD Jug, these two very strong. And solo with Ramses. Okay, Drow ET versus Primal Lion.
I feel like the 9 Panda safe lane with Ramsey should be pretty good. Like, that lane feels really strong. Like, ET, yes, you have to be a little bit careful of the Lion, but if with a casual point and gust, like you were talking about, Primal Beast has a pretty rough time,
He
right?
might have to go like 1-1-1 on Ramses, though. Because I'm a little worried about him just getting dove at like 2 and 3 constantly. I like Quest. I like Quest's approach to this game quite a bit. I haven't been the
I think
biggest
this
fan
puck
of
is
Jug,
still
but-
pretty free.
Exactly. I think that's the big one for me. Noob looks free. And I've seen like these primals and stuff like that. I've seen them kind of run rampant, even if they're not in the mid lane, if they aren't too addressed. I don't really see too many things kind of like stopping his charge and stuff, right? I think they have the Gust and they have the Batrider things, and that's about it. It could be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It should be a fun game. I mean, it's for you and me, this is our first game of the day, but for everyone else, we are halfway through. It is Quest versus 9 Pandas. Game number 1 here of this best of 2. It's the group stage, right? We made it through the play-ins. You have a lot more teams competing now here for the Riyadh Masters, but we'll see how this ends up playing out. As a very quick ward comes out from Noob. One of the benefits of the puck there, of course. Almost popped Antares' smoke. That was so
That was
close. They
very
must have
close.
been like pixels away.
Scouting out with the Spirit. Doesn't quite find much of anything. Okay, I'm looking forward to see how these lanes are going to go. Let's see how much Solo's able to do with his ET to protect the Drow. I definitely have some worries for Ramses. But if he gets Gust, if he's able to get a good few first waves, then perhaps that concern dissipates, but definitely like the lane setups that we have at the moment on the side of
30
Quest.
seconds to rest.
Auto.
Ooh, they've got a find. They've got the find on the Batrider, and a nice impale to follow. The Blade Fury there, of course, and that will be first blood going to TA 2000.
Oh god, never want to give this man first blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, of all people, I feel like TA 2000 is just one of those players that doesn't like give up a lead, really, right? Like, he is always good playing from ahead.
Yeah, he's yeah, super aggressive team.
Dude, they can just do it again.
No spin, 15.
They got the impale. Noobs here with the orb. Solo catches the blood
Got him.
grenade. He's gonna drop the spirit, but the damage from the primal beast is enough. Omar will grab the kill this time. 2 to start things off here for Quest.
And they get themselves only one of the runes, but either
Only
way,
one, Donnie. Okay.
a lot of gold being split between each other because there's so many people who participated in these kills. So big gold for everybody on the side of not for Quest. Excellent start in one. How's the levels looking here? Who got? I mean, it's only a little bit of experience actually. So let's check to see if anyone got like a big solo XP or anything.
They got a little bit of a lead here on the bottom.
Yep.
Like with TA 2000 and Theory, like they've got some good XP to work with. Gets the deny there. That is nice. All right.
I'm just really wondering how you slow down this Jug. Maybe you get some kills on Kaori and stuff like down here, but I feel like TA 2000 is going to have a very, very free time.
They're just gonna drag. It looks like.
Okay.
They're actually just really worried about playing into the Jug now, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame them.
The level 2 timing is gonna be super fast.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all for this. So, okay, I guess that's going to be the approach then. Just don't really play the lane so much. Just try to get your farm out of it here. Mid, this should be the good matchup, though. We'll see how Noob's going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with this Snap, because we're just seeing Snap kind of win almost every single one of these matchups.
Yeah,
Literally.
dude. It's been pretty wild. Like, this hero just looks so good from the mid lane.
top.
And I think that for a while we were seeing it flex a ton, but with how well it's performing mid, I think people are just like, yeah, why do anything else?
These first two waves up top are definitely not good for Malik. They actually got like 0 last hits on him. Ramsey's just bullying and harassing him with solo.
Omar is just getting absolutely pummeled here. He has an Earth Spike here to walk away from Solo, which he can definitely use.
He has to.
There's one more Spirit, though. I don't know if he closes the gap.
Nah.
He doesn't. He's not going to go for the dive.
Just applies the Spirit there. Doesn't break the salve or anything, but he'll be able to just keep himself bodying. All right, I'm doing an excellent job up top for Ramses.
Yeah, it was great. 10 and 2. That's beautiful.
Yes,
We'll
that's
see if they can
why-
turn it around here with the next few levels, though.
Yeah.
Because, like you were saying, this like once you get onslaught, trample, things get a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I do like that he went uproar though, just because he is struggling a little bit in the first few levels, and uproar is honestly very nice because just like that plus armor versus a drow, which is always super nice.
Also, just denying creeps at 100 damage
Yeah.
is great.
Once he's got it all stacked up, he's got them ready now. So yeah, level 3 is probably we're going to start seeing a ton more aggression up there. Bottom, they get a disruption. They have enough.
He's actually holding his stick, just getting some damage into Miro here as Antares tries to zone off the Shadow Demon. It works.
Yep. Just about making sure this Jug gets free farm, and that's what he's doing. 15-8. A lot of denies in comparison. But 2 only on the Drow at the moment. I'm going to keep my eye on top because this level 3 is starting to hit very, very soon.
Yeah. And Ramses, he didn't hold his point. He does not have Gust.
At 4,
Okay.
I would hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like as soon as this probably hits level 3, he's turning around with an onslaught. But Ramses did get a lot of damage in there with these frost arrows.
Yeah. A cocky move by Ramses. Let's see if it pays off. And in mid lane,
Quick salve.
Noob actually gets,
He wants to go.
Noob gets sent back to base. Yeah, there they go.
Yep, this is exactly as we
As
expected.
expected. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, not holding that point. It's just gonna. He literally hits 3 under tower salves and onslaughts. Like it was the exact timing we were expecting.
Whatever.
He also had 5 stacks of uproar,
Yeah.
so even more damage for the trample.
I think I've seen this happen so much when I've seen this Drow versus Primal Beast thing. I actually almost always see them hold the point, so oh well. It happens for Ramses there. He's still last hitting great, but this could continue. This could happen again very, very soon if he's not careful. Lion's actually going to go mid to check the rune, so.
Nice from Antares. Steals the rune away from Noob there. So, yeah, you're right. Ramses, he is CSing really well. I think it just helps salvage Malik's game here a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised he's not going for like an early Vanguard here, as he's just got phase boots queued up.
I think he switched it, right? Oh, yeah, he had the phase. He bought them, changed, and then he's going Soul Ring, so. I guess he wants to have more mana for aggression up top. But that would tell me rather than just playing a little bit more static, but.
Okay. Does he have salves coming out?
He did have.
He's just going to walk base, maybe?
Yeah, he had
he does have
Tango.
salve and tangos. Okay, cool.
He's level 4.
It's like,
So they still have kill threat. Ramsey still hasn't gotten Gust. Bottom. Oh, Miro gets out. Close.
salve and a ring of health. He's going to be okay.
And mid, though. 31-7 to 22. I mean, Kiyotaka really bringing it to Noob right now. Buys the crown even just for the early stats for that extra damage. 86. He has 20 damage differential versus this fuck.
Universal heroes are something else,
They
man.
sure are.
It takes me back to the days of, like, when the reason, like, certain heroes were just really good mid is because they just had good damage. And that was it. Like, there was no other reason. Oh, Omar. Gonna get caught by the sleep. Ramses needs to be a little bit careful. He does have the point and Gus.
Ooh,
Now, but
whips.
it misses. Oh, Malik just gonna trample him down. Pops the stick, able to survive. Now has to be careful as Solo's here with quite a bit of damage, but Spirit will expire.
Oh, and Solo is actually deviating a little bit of his build. I feel like you almost never see this, but he actually takes Stomp at 3 rather than level 2 Spirit. Just really wanting the extra little bit of stun, I guess, to block off Malik and Omar. I actually don't mind it. I think in this lane it's actually appropriate.
Yeah.
I thought he would get it at 2, to be fair. So, but either way,
Bottom lane, Kaori
gets found.
taken down, going for the rune here.
He was scouting the stacks.
Zentaras will pick
as
up some
well.
stacks
Yeah.
instead.
Kaori was looking at him, though. I've seen him so many times on his SD to look for these stacks, so 9Pandas, they're on top of it. Yataka 6 with
you
a...
gotta be careful, bud.
He won't finish. Yeah, he'll get some. Can't even get... The thing about this also in mid is, like, it's not only that Kiyotaka has 102 base damage, he has 1300 HP, so you can't even gank him. Because if Puck coils through his whole spell salvos, even if Lion and SD are there, perhaps the Snapfire just tanks it and lives.
Yeah, I mean, I think she absolutely does, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you have that damage.
No.
And having a haste rune to boot just makes it so much worse.
Yeah. Kaori's going to attempt for a steal onto a Wisdom. Going to be met with 2 heroes. He'll get trades, though, 1 for 1. See what Kiyotaka does with this haste. It looks like he's just scouting out some stacks at the moment. And he's going to clear a little bit of them. But actually changing his mind. He wants to go aggro. Maybe thinking that the Wisdom Rune's still there. Okay, Kaori in the meantime.
Kaori is stacking up the poison here, man. That is number 6. Does get the sleep off here on solo. Has a blood grenade as well.
Uh-oh. Meanwhile, on the Wisdom Rune, though, Kiyotaka's gone too far.
Whoa, okay, that is a big one.
Oh, man.
I am so surprised that he thought he could go for that. And Kaori will eventually get ran down mid by Antares, but I mean, that was such a late attempt for the rune. It was like 7.5 minutes.
He had the haste and stuff, but if I'm not mistaken, he walked directly under vision, and then Noob just TPs and gets a coil, and they bring Malik over. With Malik, they have the damage.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
with the 2 supports, but that was a weird play for there from Kiyotaka after he's crushing mid. He's actually now just even with Noob right after that. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Unlucky on the runes again here for Noob, as he will end up giving up a arcane rune.
It's a bottle fill up.
50-50, man.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Now they know, though, haste and arcane, so the next couple runes, DD and Viz Shield, gonna be. Find out.
Top lane, once again, into the pulverize. They've got him. Ramses goes down. The level 6 reveal there from the Primal Beast. And honestly, just a really sick wraparound from Omar.
Yeah.
Like, he takes the long way, goes all the way back behind the tower, gets the ward. That was sick.
I think I've been seeing this from Malik in a lot of their games. Him just popping off. He's top 2 net worth in this lane.
They're going to go for solo. This is 3 points in Earth Spike, right?
Tramples up.
Yeah, they're... Ooh, ends up not canceling the onslaught there, so ends up allowing solo to live.
Okay, could have probably played it a little bit cleaner, but be able to get the healing Lotus at the least. Ramses is 6. Good enough.
You're gonna get this kill. Nice gust.
Nice.
And nice scouting from solo, honestly, with the assist there.
Nicely done. And Antares, he's working on all these stacks that they've been making, so he's gonna actually get like a double and a... That's just done 2 double stacks, so he's gonna be pretty farmed on this bat as well too. But they have not touched
he's just
the jug.
jungling, huh?
Yeah, they haven't touched the jug though. I'm just watching TA 2000 top of net worth.
And Miro's
Maybe
got a
now.
Doom. He's actually just gonna throw it now into the Mortimer Kisses. Doom should just still die here. Well, we'll see. Okay, Jug is finally dead. He will die on the backside.
And Miro?
Kaori looking for Miro. He gets the TP out.
Oh, baby.
Okay, that's a really nice turn of events here for 9Pandas.
Okay, that's exactly what they needed. They need to slow down this jug. They punish him. And I cannot believe he gets out on Doom. That was huge. Good rotation from Kiyotaka.
Dude, Antares is 6 now.
Yeah.
Almost 6.5.
There's a free kill. But meanwhile...
Another one.
Oh,
It's just solo kill.
oh Malik.
Yeah, I was gonna say Malik just solo killing Ramses top again.
He's part of all 7 kills.
Jeez, oh my goodness, he is.
It's gonna be super fast for his phase drums. He's just going for the early game items because he's dominating so hard rather than going for the BKB. He's feeling he doesn't need it that early. That is a problem. It's big primal, big puck. They're still getting good farm on the Drow, but him giving up these deaths, this primal is gonna be very high level.
Yeah, my only concern right now is the Shadow Demon is starved for XP.
He's 4.
Yeah, he will be able to recover from, like, clearing stacks, exactly what he's doing right now, but Antares kind of just beat him to it. He's like, yeah, I can just go jungle. Like, Doom can mostly stay solo here at Vanguard. He actually didn't even go Vanguard.
He's going Midas.
Miro.
Yeah, he's just going for the straight Midas.
That is cool. Normally you'd get punished for that, but he's hasn't... That rotation from Kiyotaka has, like, really salvaged his lane.
Yeah, looks like solo. Can he actually get away? Ankle boots get
Has
delivered.
a DD puck. Ooh. No way, he's actually out. That's crazy.
Okay. They kicked in for a little extra healing and stuff and move speed.
Yeah.
And Antares, as you said, just continues to work on stacks. Level 7 now. I think that's like, I don't know, 7th stack or 8th stack, maybe even more than that he's worked on. But definitely enabled nicely to have a Blink Dagger timing.
Grab the top tower, continue to farm up on the Primal Beast. The drums are done, Q's right into the BKB. Once you have BKB, what stops you from just killing anything?
Kinda nothing. Lasso and then just running away with him.
Yeah.
They actually, like,
That's Antares' goal this game, is just to lasso the Primal Beast as he's killing his teammates.
Kind of. Probably. Unless they are able to find, like, these pickoffs with it onto the Jug in some team fights. And right now they are setting up. K2000 could be in trouble.
Doom comes out. Yeah, Blade Fury's there, the rest of the team, but Rainbow TPs. It's going to be Quest. They don't want to let this Doom get away with this. They do have the Finger of Death. They might just throw it, and they do. So Miro's going to go down first. KR with a nice disruptor on the backside is Malik. He's got the Pulverizer. Looking for Antares. This support, I mean, he's worth a lot.
Ooh. I mean, the Rainbow TPs.
2 big kills.
They're absolutely worth it. I mean, 2 huge kills, and that's, I believe, the Battle Fury now secured to keep TA2000 alive. Maybe a little early on the Doom.
He anticipated. He held the cooldown for sure. Because like as soon as the cooldown came off for Doom, he threw it, and TA2000 preemptively Blade Fury.
Yeah.
Like that was just really, really smart plays from him. He knew it was coming.
That's big there for Quest. I mean, again, Malik just continues to turn up. Great spell usage, holding the Pulverize, gets 2. And Noob, now he has his main item, Witchblade. Even better this game, I would say, in comparison to a lot of games on Pucks, because you're playing versus these drows and stuff like that, so the plus armor is incredible.
Oh, yeah. That's like an underrated component for sure of Witchblade, I feel like.
Yeah. I always like to comment on that, because I feel like that's, I don't know, I feel like that's one of the reasons. I mean, for me, I could be totally wrong. I actually never really asked the pros about it, but...
I mean, it gives you so many valuable stats that like a lot of int heroes don't have.
Yeah,
right?
I used to call Blade Mail Blade Mail was like the value purchase item in the past when it used to be like so good with the stats it gave and how much it gave. Now it's, I feel like Witchblade does that.
Wasn't it like 22 int or something?
It was something
like,
absurd.
It was ridiculous. I remember it being like, or maybe it was like 22 damage out of it with the. It was a nuts item.
Yep. Witchblade online. Omar getting closer and closer to Blink. I think the 5 at the moment. West in I would say a bit more of a stable position, but 9Pandas, they're content with sitting back and farming when they've got this Midas and this Bat Rider who's farming stacks.
Aori being sneaky.
He might die again.
Yeah, he might die for this, but hey, he's gonna get the rune.
He's gonna get
this
it.
is worth it. This is so worth it for him.
9Pandas is literally just playing the full farm game. They're just stacking and farming and stacking and farming, so they are not aware of Kaori just sneaking it in. And Kaori's he was even gonna start working on the Ancients. He's like, all right. Yeah.
He's like, oh, they stacked it again for me. How nice. Yeah, I don't know about this one. He probably will not get out of here. Earth Splitter, even the Atos out from Kiyotaka.
He wants to trade. Can he get the 5th poison? Oh, he doesn't pop it.
He got the 5th, but yeah, unable to pop it. Solo will take a decent chunk of damage if the raindrop comes out as well. So
it's gonna be almost to death, but he's gonna live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I mean, overall, still pretty worth. Scouts the stack.
Definitely
does
worth.
get the Wisdom rune.
Yeah. I mean, super worth it still so far. I mean, they know. I think they're looking at 9Pandas and they're just like they're literally just playing farm game. This Bat Rider is farming, Doom is Midas and stuff like that. So for Quest, like, I don't think that they're too fussed up about this. I'm sure TA2000 is like, okay, I got the space to farm with a Battle Fury. This Drow is slowed down. I'm not really slowed down. And they're occupying.
He's going for a really early Ags on Drow.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I like it. I think this is the way you have to go in this hero now. Surprising they didn't go the Hurricane Pike first. We'll see if that hurts him. But I guess maybe he's thinking that Malik is so big that he's just going to have a BKB anyway by the time he has it. We'll see.
I'll be honest, I have not read the changes to this Aghanim Scepter.
It's just the old shard, but better.
It's just old hypothermia.
Yep.
Is the split shot just gone completely now?
Yeah. No, the shard is now just you stand on. You've seen the cliff thing, yeah.
Yeah, the glacier.
Malik,
top lane.
This is a good gank.
He's fine. And he's got an actually no onslaught at all. So
Nice
beautiful
move.
grab there.
That's what
Absolutely necessary.
Blink reveal, I believe, from Antares there, so he gets a pretty fast pick off almost immediately after getting that. So a great kill. Bottom
lane.
Ramses.
He already finds Ramses. DP coming in from Miro, but Omar is here as well. He does get the pipe off. And that's going to be enough to save him. That is huge. I don't know if the damage from the Shadow Demon is going to be enough, and it's not. Wow, Miro.
I mean,
beautiful play.
Nice itemization, too, right? Like, Midas into not even like the Vanguard disassemble into pipe, just straight the pipe. And it actually ends up paying off immediately. That was sick. Hell yeah, Malik. Or Miro, sorry.
Noob looking for solo mid. Has the invis.
Meanwhile, bottom
I don't know
also,
if he's
Miro.
gonna commit. Oh yeah, nice Omni Slash. Okay, the downside of not having a Vanguard right now, but another Doom gets spent. Omni Slash in exchange. So honestly, I don't think 9Pandas are all too upset about that, but it is a rough cooldown to lose the Doom.
Yeah, definitely. At least Kiyotaka didn't end up like overcommitting or anything like that this time. He's got this. And they've actually got salves, so they're going to be able to hand over a couple of them to Miro. And they're actually going to be able to stay down here. It is spotted, though. So Kaori does have a ward at TA2000. Should be fine.
Yeah, he really wants to use these Mortimer Kisses, but Jug just not the best target. Look at the double ward vision they have here, in front and behind tower.
Yeah, just I guess because they saw the stacks and everything that were being formed too, they want to have as much information around it because they know Ramses will farm there.
Yeah.
Wait, did Ramses mess up? Ramses messed up. Look at his items.
Oh, I think
Slight
yeah.
mistake.
I don't think you're. Sometimes you disassemble the wrong item there, or you buy a double component.
Yep, happens. But then delay that Aghanims a little bit. 800 more gold. And they get the jump.
Ooh, blink out from Omar. Do they get the stun though? They do. They silence up the ET as well. A nice lasso from Antares to stop this initiation. Omar will throw the stun, but he's gone.
Awkward for Quest.
Now it's time for 9Pandas trying to chase down Noob here. He's got an orb. Will be able to make it underneath the tower, but Kaori chased here by Antares. And it's only a matter of time. Yeah, a couple auto attacks. They find him.
Dude, this pipe.
2 for 0.
This pipe is doing work. He literally just blocks the whole
Yeah.
initiation of any type of damage, and TA2000 runs in spinning, and he's like, guys, this don't look so good. This is pre-Malik BKB too. Kind of surprised they went that aggressive into 9Pandas with it, but 9Pandas, they'll get a massive fight out of it, really. They just get the 2 supports, but that's when Doom is on cooldown and stuff like that too, so. Nice play. Ramses does get the Ags now.
Just thinking about the pipe damage reduction, like the entirety of Quest team did 1900 damage in that engagement because all of it was blocked.
Yeah, it's actually huge. I love that Miro did this itemization. Just skipping Vanguard, honestly. This is really cool. Good identification of just pretty much no physical damage until later that comes out from the Jug. And yeah, he almost has Blink too. So they'll have multiple different forms of initiation now too. He's got the War Stomp at the ready.
Dude, Antares is absurdly farmed. He is an actual core. Like, this is... I don't know how he's finding this much farm, because normally, you know, it comes out of the pockets of one of your other cores, but it's just not the case this game.
I mean, it's coming out of the pocket of the Doom. Look where the Doom is sitting, right?
I guess, okay,
Because he has a Midas and Devour, and a Doom sitting at that part, that, you know... he can't farm the stacks as efficiently, but yeah, Antares, he has, what, 114 last hits. Doom has 90. No, he's just farming. Like, literally, he's just farming stacks this entire time. And
that's funny.
So far, paying off. He's level 12. He's literally a 4th core, and he's almost got BKB, which, honestly, a Blink BKB, not many things that they can do to kind of stop him from just grabbing whoever he pleases.
Aghanim Scepter is done now on the Drow Ranger, so Hypothermia up and running.
They've got all their cooldowns, too. Lasso at the ready.
Ooh, gets the Blink initiation there off the bat. Rider looking for Kaori, and no real way to save him.
I'm sure Kaori's like, how do you see me? But they have that ward in the lane, actually, on the right side that spotted him for a quick second as he put the disruption.
Oh, yeah, good call. I was trying to figure out the exact same thing. I was like, how did he see him? That's a very good question.
It was like right on the cusp of it, I'm pretty sure, but... Because the other one was placed, if I'm not mistaken, right afterwards, so... But yeah, Tara's delivering on this bat, 5-2-2. The farm is working. The greed is good for 9Pandas, and they're getting the more beneficial kills and everything too. With honestly, just this pipe. This pipe has done so much. Saved Ramses' bottom, and the secondary fight afterwards kind of just protected anyone.
It's completely slowed down Quest's game.
Yeah.
Like, they actually just can't take fights anymore. Like, they have to just farm to their next set of items, it looks like.
Yeah, how are these second items looking like? I mean, they have the BKB on Malik, so I think maybe with if he gets into the fight, because he wasn't down bottom, right? He wasn't in that fight because he was finishing it. So I think with Malik involved, they can probably still look to take a fight.
They do have Manta now on the Jug, so less likely to get caught, like, say, like a random gust.
Yeah, and we see the.
You see the Miro mid.
They want Ramses. It looks like.
Yeah, they just still have this really deep ward. I think they've been seeing him go back and forth between those ancients, and they will scout him now, again. So they know. As he's going to head right up onto the high ground, but it's going to get popped by Solo, but they've got the Blink initiation. The Doom comes out onto the Jug. It's going to be no Omni Slash available. The Finger of Death comes through as well, but the sleep from Solo catches all three into an Earth Splitter. They fall. Malik has his BKB available. He's going to be forced to use it. Maybe thinking about committing more, but nah, he's going to TPO him. He knows this fight is over.
Beautiful.
What a play from Solo.
Again and again. It's Solo and Miro. Miro's pipe. It saves Ramses. It keeps him alive long enough to get both of the kills. And then dies. But either way, he gets the XP. He's able to stand his ground long enough. Again and again. The deliverance from this Doom. From Solo as well, too, at the stomp. It's huge. Might even get another one.
might grab Carry. He's got the cleanse on him, but there's a lot of damage, and Antares will continue to just run down this Shadow Demon. He has just been picking on Kaori this game.
Picking on everyone.
Yeah.
Super good gameplay coming out from 9Pandas. Great itemization,
He has a
too.
BKB.
He is humongous, honestly. Solo's not even doing bad himself either. Honestly, he's level 11. He's got great levels on this ET right now. His farm is fine. Their group up is quite scary right now, and for Quest, they're kind of running into a wall, it seems like. And now 9Pandas, they're speeding things up with a Roche. Quest has to perhaps respond to this, but they're already set up, and this Roche is dying pretty quick.
They know they're gonna try their best here. The immediate smoke, but yeah, Roche, it's already gone. The damage from the Drow, seemingly too much.
Kiyotaka buys out a Hex. It's coming on the Courier. They're gonna see it coming. Quest might look to fight even with this.
They get a ward place. They see the couriers going in. They have an idea of where they are. Ramses.
Okay, they're thinking about it.
Wait, Blinken from Omar. They get the silence onto the back rider. The BKB's out right away. In comes Malik. Ends up snapping the coil there on Solo into the Omni Slash. Kiyotaka's going to go down. A nice trade, at least for the moment, but can they get Ramses? That's the big kill. The Doom still onto the Juggernaut as they chase down Solo.
Ramses
Doom making
alone.
it happen on the backside. And yeah, Ramses is isolated. A beautiful fight here from the side of Quest. Buyback coming through from the ET into the onslaught. Can they finish him off? The Blade Fairy, great force after the low ground here from Ramses, but he needs help. He is stuck in a really rough spot as Noob will blink on over and help finish him off. So a great turn of events as Miro comes in, looking for the Doom, ends up finding it.
Here comes Malik.
But it's still just so rough. Malik is here. They had the sustain onto the Juggernaut.
Oh my god.
They should go for the deny, and they get it.
He denies himself with his Manta.
Noob finally dies on the backside, but he helps set up another kill onto Antares. And dude, Malik, it just is seemingly everywhere in this fight.
That was sick. That was Malik and Noob. A lot of this fight, they get on top of Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka uses kisses now at the end of everything, but holy crap.
Almost gets Kaori.
Malik, what? He snapped the coil. I mean, wait for a second. He's actually going in again.
Kiyotaka maybe coming in a little bit too far here. Does have the scythe at least to buy him some space, but a blink from Lion
I mean,
would make your life a little rough here.
What an insane fight. Quest, they're so good at taking these team fights and identifying which targets to go for. They saw Kiyotaka, and they get the double connection on Coil, and he breaks one of them. And I think Pulverize may have actually broken the second one when he does, like, the lift clap? Whatever.
Yeah,
he got
it might have, like the Yule's effect.
Yeah, something weird like that happened, and they burst both of them down, and then they isolate Ramses. Noob is, like, they actually just split the fight perfectly, and now they're going for more.
Nice attempted jump there. Oh, he gets the BKB off. Solo needs to be careful, but he is so fast. There's going to be your onslaught, though, to cancel it, and with Noob, his coil's up. Omar's found Antares. He does have the BKB, but a BKB is not going to stop you from the Pulverize, baby, as Malik jumps on over. Suddenly, Quest are right back in this as Jug is so farmed. He is crushing the net worth now.
They literally just finished 2 Lincolns now. The fights just got... they just dominated these last 2 fights so hard. I actually don't even know how one-sided the fights ended up being, because I know Omar ended up buying back at the end of it, but it's like they traded like... It was like a 7-for-1 or something. I don't even know. Like, absurd.
Oh my god.
And now they're going
Look
for another.
At this movement. This was so sick. They actually scouted Kiyotaka and scanned him. Wow. But then Doom just happens to walk under a ward. And as it is expiring, literally last second.
That was sick. Such good. And look how quick they're playing now too. Ramsey shows mid. They're already here.
He can't get out of this one. Tries to force staff away, but they've got the coil, they've got the purge, and Ramses falls as well. Wow. Dude, this
is so impressive.
This graph, it was... What was the kill score, honestly, like 5 minutes ago? I think they've gotten like 9 kills in the last like 3 minutes.
Yep. And honestly, like, I'm looking at Kiyotaka. He's got a Hex, but he needs a BKB. Especially like after this whole sequence now, this Hex doesn't really look like it's that great. He wanted it versus the Puck, but now they have double Lincolns, and he has no way to protect himself. So if they just get on Kiyotaka in every fight, this Snapfire's impact is going to be pretty negligible.
It's such a good Lincoln's game. The obviously like the lasso and Doom would like add the Hex in there as well. It's like there's so many good spells that you just like give you some moments to react with now. Oh, another initiation on the backside. A good Hex out from Kiyotaka, but there it is. The initiation from Omar as the response, but Good Doom out onto the Primal Beast will slow them for the moment. Mortimer Kiss is coming through, and Omar will be the casualty instead. Ramsey's trying to get active.
Can they catch more?
Does not connect.
And 9Pandas chase.
I don't know if you want to.
Nah. I thought perhaps...
I guess there's no Omni.
Yeah, I thought they just wanted to chase forward because there's no Omni, and Primal was still kind of doomed down, but no, it wears off. That's probably the target you have to go for the Doom. You have to focus a little bit more onto Malik. Because this Primal is just causing way too many issues.
Dire are scanning.
Oh. Scan does connect there. They know they're up hiding in these trees. They think there's a ward up on the pillar, but there definitely is not. Noob gets caught from the Hex. The Atos to break that Lincolns. The Chain Stuns are there, and Noob goes down.
Okay, there the Hex pays off.
Okay. Well played from Kiyotaka.
As long as he can get those type of catches. Yeah, I think they bought it on solo, right?
That's nice.
Yeah, good to control. I mean, I think they know that they've been kind of covered by vision pretty decently so far this game. 8,000 find himself a DD. Let's see if Kiyotaka does commit for this blink. I feel like the blink is a little. Maybe he wants to just go full aggression, but definitely couldn't be risky. Downtime here for Quest. 9Pandas, they'll use their big efficiency here. The Midas is devoured. They'll get that net worth back up into their favor, and they get a Tormentor too.
Yeah. That's really nice. I think the shards this game for 9Pandas are all pretty sick. I mean, ET's is whatever, but that Rider shard, actually pretty good considering how farmed he is.
Yeah, it's not one of the best ones ever by any means when you're support, but yeah, still pretty good. Kiyotaka is changing it up. He had Blink and then hit Lincoln's queued. Okay. So, I mean, he's going to have to just be very careful with his positioning, in particular, if he does go down this route. I'm definitely a little concerned that he doesn't go the BKB, because if they see him, they're going to focus a lot onto him, but if he's able to hide himself, then this build can pay off.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. It's going to be really up to, like, Noob to scout Kiyotaka and set up for, say, Primal Beast, but speaking of which, you get the disruption around to the backside. Kiyotaka trying to TP out, but there's the coil, and they've got a ton of damage dumped into it, and there comes Malik. He actually gets on top of Ramses for the moment, and Kiyotaka will fall. Lasso will pull in the Shadow Demon. A Hex out from Omar, but do they actually continue to chase onto the high ground? I don't think so. That's a little bit too far. They will back away here as TA2000 cleans up the creep wave.
And Torres really has some hate for the Shadow Demon. That's how I think like 5 lassos or 6 lassos, maybe more.
He's killed Shadow Demon at least 6 of his deaths are from Antares.
Malik?
Lincoln from Malik. They do find the Bat Rider. He gets saved for the moment and will allow the BKB. Earth Splitter doing a decent chunk of damage there on over to the Primal Beast, but able to disengage.
Nice force staff from Ramses, protecting his buddy.
Yeah.
Gets him out of danger. Back and forth little exchanges, continuing to see these Lincolns. This is going to be something they have to play around on the side of 9Pandas, just having to break them somehow. So let's see if the Doom, if Miero, she picks up a different creep. That's kind of what I was looking for from him.
Like a Lincoln's breaker?
Yeah, because right now they can throw these Lincolns onto the Primal too, and it could cause some issues. There's 2 of them, so let's see if he does look to grab a new creep soon. I mean, it's 45 seconds, we'll have to wait, but...
His vision here of Malik. He's going to go in, but he also has to be careful because Omar is here. Kiyotaka's presence makes it a little bit difficult. TA2000 does have the Swift Slash, and he will use it to close the gap, and the Reflected Omni. Oh, baby. Doesn't connect on the stun either, but a nice coil ends up catching Kiyotaka. In comes Malik, a beautiful onslaught. They get the lasso for the moment, but Kiyotaka's going to need help. Primal Beast has got to get active if he wants to be able to do something here, but TA2000 just chops through him. They've managed to find Ramses as well. The BKB, not going to save you. The Pulverize slams him into the ground. 3 heroes dead on 9Pandas. This Noob is looking for more. Looks like Solo should be able to get away. What a beautiful fight. The chase from TA2000 was on point.
On point, and I think every time Malik shows up, the fight goes like pretty good for them. Like he just comes in and gets another beautiful charge. He is still 22 of the 23 kills is with this Primal Beast involvement. An absurd performance for Malik.
Nuts.
And I think I've seen him break coil almost every time that the coil's been dropped in these fights too.
Yeah.
Great angles.
The slight push from Onslaught has been enough. It's been really good. And he almost has an Ags. Like, I'm trying to think. It's not even like the best Ags game, but it is one of those items that is just a lot more damage.
It does. It is. It's like one of the better ones you can probably purchase here.
Ooh, he queues up a refresher instead. I like this. I think he has some mana problems if he goes for the refresher, but
Well, see, I think he's gonna go Lincolns. I think you just go third Lincolns.
yeah, see, he goes Lincolns then refresher. That's a lot of cornucopias.
Yeah, I think if you get the third Lincolns, then it causes even more, like, the same kind of things. More and more issues for this Doom and this Batrider to go for the core heroes. And I'm just watching Terrence go for supports every time, because I feel like he can't really go for the cores. Now
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Psychic Headband does not break Lincolns anymore, right?
No, nothing. Not at all.
Radiant's middle tower.
Thank God.
Yeah, I remember
days
when
of
it
Fey
did
Grenade.
originally. It was so dumb.
The days of Fey Grenade and Headband breaking
Oh boy, Kiyotaka is in the wrong neighborhood. The TP's coming in from Primal Beast, but it's Omar who gets him first. Finger of Death for the kill. Okay,
That's-
not the hero you want grabbing the outpost.
That's just the two supports killing him. No, you will find
Wait a minute.
Malik.
Okay, that's a nice lasso into the Doom. Kaori's got to help him. Does get the cleanse off. The Force Staff to the low ground. They can buy a little bit more time with the disruption, but Primal. Oh
The
wait,
heal, the cleanse.
he gets the heal from the cleanse. Plus the ward is down.
He's fine.
Malik is gonna live.
No
Dude,
way.
if he looks for Ramses, that's a full Omni. They're gonna have to try and soak it, but it just crushes the Drow Ranger instead. And Malik finds the Batrider. It's 4 dead for 9Pandas.
Ramsey just can never play. He's got 8 deaths. They're always on top of him. Omar, what a save. Great force staff onto Malik. Kaori with the bailout with the cleanse. That was sick. That could
That
just
was
be it.
honestly so good. Yeah, I mean, there's no buyback on your Drow. You have no Doom. Lasso's on cooldown.
I think they might just
They're
go
just
tier
looking for
fours.
tier 4s.
Yeah, and these force the buybacks.
You have Healing Ward up in 2 seconds. You have this Aegis. You have Swift Slash. Like, you have so many things to play around.
Stomp to delay. 30 seconds.
Lion needs to get in the Healing Ward range.
He's just staying
All
back.
right. First tier 4 down.
Doom, Miro, he shows
I mean,
himself.
Noob has got a coil in 1.
Looks
And
like
Swift Slash just... Oh my god. That Doom without a Vanguard, I guess, really not that tanky. There it is. Both tier 4 is gone. Mortimer Kiss is expended. Drow respawning in a couple of seconds here, but I don't know if you can stop them. They have another Healing Ward coming up. Malik's whole kit is back up. Only Noob's foil.
They might keep
actually
going.
just gets dropped. Dude, if they actually get on top of Soul, nice Force Staff there to cancel. As they get the lasso, put the Hex onto the Batrider. He can't drag Malik into the fountain. You've caught Drow.
Ramses.
She is so deep on the wrong side of this base. Malik doesn't have the Pulverize to stop her for the moment, but Kiyotaka now in trouble as Malik just trampling him back into the fountain. Malik needs to respect this damage. There's going to be the Earth Splitter. Puck doing some work as well as Ramses. Force back pretty dang far. You've lost 1 lane in Barracks. You've lost both tier 4s. Jumping for Noob once again, looking for solo. Malik has the Pulverize available, but
Omni and 5.
no BKB, no cheese. It looks like we might be finally seeing the retreat from Quest here.
Maybe. They keep poking and prodding. I mean, they're still pretty healthy to stick around the area, at least, if they want to just keep pressuring.
Healing Ward is something else. They smoke. They're going
Yeah,
back.
they're going to go sneak in.
Who do they find is the question. And it looks like it might be Ramses. Up onto the high ground they go. He has no save. Oh, great Lotus. We'll stop the Swift Slash, but he is
now.
caught by the cleanse. And that is going to be a dead Drow once again. You do find a nice kill there onto the puck. He's going to try and find his way back into this game. It's TA2000 just looking for his Omni Slash target at this point. Solo. Nice sleep onto 2. Juggernaut. I didn't figure out what he could do. The Swift Slash is up, turns it on over to Solo, ends up crapping the Creep Wave instead.
It was actually a full Omni.
Very unlucky for him. Yeah, that was full Omni. The Swift Slash back over this way onto the Snapfire, the Finger of Death from Omar. And there it is. The GG comes out as Quest will take game number 1. Beautifully done.
I mean, it was all in sequence after this Roshan. I think a lot of things went kind of very wrong for 9Pandas after that, because it was literally, I think they felt like they got this big window when they get this Rosh opportunity. It buys the Hex on Kiyotaka, and then they kind of just get like chain killed 4 or 5 times right afterwards, and it makes this Hex look kind of weird because of the sequences of everything happened. You can get why he wants it for this puck, but then it's like, oh god, they have multiple Lincolns. We don't have a way to actually protect him, have that front line, and I mean, it's just Quest taking this godly team fight, really, that opens up the whole game for them, and shutting down Ramses the whole game too. He ends up with 9 deaths on Drow.
Yeah, and he started pretty okay, right? Like he wasn't really shut down for like the first few levels, but it was the level what 3 or yeah, it was level 3 or level 4 of the Primal Beast, right? Where it's just suddenly like, all right, your lane's over. Like you didn't save the point for Gust, and he gets solo killed by Malik twice.
Yep.
Like it was just an all-star performance from Malik on this Primal Beast. From that point on.
He was part of, I mean, he ends up 29 of the 32 kills total, but the amount that he was able to do, I felt like he was literally everywhere. Spellcasting was absolutely on point. This was a really good game from Quest. It definitely put 9Pandas had some chances in this game, especially like around that whole rush, but right after that, it felt like they just completely fell apart. Like they were so split up on the map, they got picked off. And yeah, just looks a little awkward for them after that there, but definitely saw some signs of hope. I mean, Antares popped off on this Bat Rider for sure, 12-6-4, but Quest overall as a team, some better decision making.
Yeah, this is that post Roche fight, right?
Yeah.
Like they isolate out. Kiyotaka goes down. He has no buyback. They buy back solo. Ramses dies. Miro can't really do anything here. He's 1v5. They don't have the damage to follow this one up.
Yeah, no.
And it just, you're right. It's Miro and or it's Malik and Noob just like chasing down every hero one after the other.
It's just how they broke up the fights. Sometimes like it's really hard when you're taking these fights and it's like you all want to do kind of going for like the same targets. But I think in this one, like they did these perfect double initiations where Noob goes like for the supports and stuff on one side. After catching like he caught the initial coil, like this is a big Roche fight, of course, on the 2 main heroes, and then right afterwards, I think he just went straight for the supports, and he's like, Malik, you got those 2. I'm going to deal with the supports, control them so they can't actually stop any of this. And then Ramses is isolated, and they just bring him down. So I actually don't think you can execute a fight better than that, than how Quest did.
Yeah. Dude, this first pick Lion, it was sick. Like, I'm a little bit surprised that we saw it overall first, but he had a lot of impact this game as well.
Yep.
Like, his Blink Dagger came out pretty good. Timing and...
They would have even gotten...
Lane was solid.
They would have even gotten maybe some, like, duo support kills on the Drow if Miro didn't go that pipe first item, right? They actually almost killed him. Like,
True.
That was 2 supports, so if the 2 supports are able to do some stuff like that, it's big. I mean, first pick Lion, maybe we're going to start seeing it more after all these buffs and after all these illusion cores and all that, but yeah, this was a fun game, and Quest just continues to impress.
Absolutely. This is a good time. This was, I would say, like, kind of what I expected. It was to be like a pretty close series, like overall. But Quest, man, they've looked really good. And honestly, Malik, this has to be one of the most impressive Primal Beasts I've seen in a long time. So I really hope to keep seeing it because I love this hero so much. But we'll see what 9Pandas can come up with. I think we're going to be sending it to a short break, and we'll be back with game number 2 of Quest and 9Pandas, everyone. So stay tuned for that. We'll see y'all in just a little bit.
Open your eyes.
When you look into my eyes, tell me what do you see?
Tonight, I'm gonna show you the wonders of them all.
Hey, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose.
I need warriors.
So is this what you want in? You wanna war? Show me what's up then. Now we ready to bust in. Take everything, leave 'em with nothing.
There is a place where you can elevate what's hidden inside, where you can reframe yourself. Sonomi means the new you. The you can step into. Because when we know who we really are, we become unstoppable. Enter new dimensions of you. Sonomi.
Hey everybody, and welcome back here to the Riyadh Masters. It is day 1 of the group stage. We've got game 2 of Quest Esports taking on 9Pandas, and a very fun game number 1. An amazing kind of turnaround from Quest after a couple key fights. Gets them that first victory. But Fog, how do you feel for 9Pandas? Because they are now 0-3 so far for the day. Like, what's got to change for them?
Just some crisper, maybe some moves, maybe some itemization and stuff like that. But this game, it really was just a decision of one fight, right? It's 9Pandas, they get the Roche, looks okay, but Quest just take a godly fight around it. Maybe some adjustments from itemization, I guess I could say. Like, it's hard to say, because it's just the position that they were in. They bought these items thinking like, okay, we got like a good lead. We want to roll off of this. We want to play aggressive. And it tends to be the 9Pandas thing of aggression, especially for Kiyotaka. So there's a couple things, maybe just some small things inside the fight that can improve, but Quest continue to just look amazing.
Yeah, it looked like I wasn't honestly sure like how they like. It kind of felt like 9Pandas was kind of hitting their stride. Like things were kind of going their way. They took a couple good fights, but it really was just that a backbreaker of fight after the Roche. Like
I probably would harp most. Like I know I keep talking about Kiyotaka's Hex and stuff like that, just because like it was really awkward at the moment. That would just he got Hex and then it's like he just gets jumped every fight. He doesn't have a way to protect himself. But I actually maybe wanted to go back a little bit on Ramses because like the Aghanims, it seems like the build that you always want to do on Drow, but
yeah,
I don't really get it so much versus the Jug, where you have to build up these stacks and stuff. This is usually when you're playing versus these like super agi cores / morphlings and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there was something else that he could have done to protect himself. No Manta in there to disjoint type of spells or anything. I'm unsure. Because I just look and I'm like, he had 9 deaths. You know, he had the most deaths by a decent margin on his team. So perhaps there could have been a little bit better stuff he could have done as well too, besides maybe his team. So yeah, we'll have to see how they can adjust. It's
almost like it's Drow's Battle Fury in a way, right? Like it's more of like a farming item in this game than anything, just because of how like the Frost Arrows works. But
it's no longer 1400 anymore, though.
Like, yeah, that's the difference. It is a lot of gold. And it's almost the same cost, right? It's like what 41 versus 4200 or something. But like, it takes like you have to go other items before you get the axe.
Oh,
that's
okay,
the big difference,
I get what
right?
you mean. Yeah. Oh, I was comparing just to the shard because people used to buy the shard to farm as well.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's like. The thing is, he also messed up, right? He disassembled and he bought a second Blade of Alacrity, so then he had to go back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a couple of things. I feel like for Ramses was probably the one that, for me, could have stepped up the most in this game for 9Pandas. I think everybody else did their job pretty decently, so I want to see some cleaner stuff out of him this game. Like what I was saying earlier about 9Pandas, it's like I'm always a little critical on Ramses because he does have sometimes these games, like he's either, you know, top of the floor or, on the ceiling, or on the top of the ceiling or on the bottom floor sometimes, so. We'll see how he adjusts. Drow can sometimes be a difficult hero, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, it's a hero that like I feel like certain games it just looks so good, and that one like I felt like it had potential if the lane went better.
Yeah,
but it just it really did just kind of start at the lane, and then it just looked kind of just bad from there on out.
Yeah, so I don't know. I probably just don't want to see him play Drow in particular, but then also maybe some adjustments for him in itemization and whatnot, because you can't get solo killed, right? You can't get solo killed by a Primal Beast when you're in these type of games.
They get rid of the they get rid of the Broodmother, the Enigma, the Rubik.
Okay.
Now
same bands as last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, some of the same bands. Let's see what they do the last one here.
I think it was Undying, right? Was the last band, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, it was Undying by 9Pandas.
Yeah, that sounds right. Same draft orders though, right?
Yep.
Quest was first pick. 9Pandas was Dire second pick.
Yep.
So I think everything's the same.
Everything's
so we'll see what they do on the draft.
Run it back.
And there's the Undying.
Here comes the Lion.
Okay. First pick Lion, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, it looked so good. I'd be super okay with it. And it stops the Naga Siren.
It's rare to see Quest do the same thing twice, though. I will say. What I usually when I watch them, like they do deviate a little bit besides like Rubik. Okay, they're open a little different. I actually like I thought the SD was way more impactful than the Lion, to be quite honest with you, but
even though he was just getting bullied by Antares the whole game, he still managed to get a lot done.
Yeah, he was level 20, right? He actually had great levels. His cleanses were great. He got some really nice saves, so yeah, that can be cool.
That's an Antares classic right there. Skywrath.
Okay.
And they even just open up Kiyotaka's Storm Spirit as well. So really rough heroes for the Shadow Demon to play into. Double Silence, double Magic Burst.
Yeah. Has a way to protect though if he doesn't get jumped. But the Storm's job is to find the Shadow Demon now at this point. And this is bread and butter. So 9Pandas, they do like to go down their comfort heroes a lot of the times. I think they tried this one earlier in the tournament and they actually lost to VP if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what ends up happening with it. I think they won also versus OG with it, but this is their bread and butter.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like this has to be noobs tiny, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why else you would pick the tiny here.
Yeah, he likes it.
I thought you might pick something that is a little bit more dominant against the Storm Spirit matchup, but I guess it's really good against Skywrath as well.
You're super tanky, right? Like even if they combo you, you have chances of surviving and stuff. And I mean, it's just Noob. Noob really likes these certain heroes. He wants to be that controller from the mid lane in a lot of situations. I feel like controls tempo, and that's kind of Tiny's job. Tiny with SD is also a bit different. Like your burst is a lot higher with the 7/8.
Dude, that is one of those abilities that I feel like I read 30 times and I still don't quite understand it. It's just like conceptually I get it,
yeah,
but I couldn't describe it to someone.
My way I describe it is targeted. It's just targeted soul catcher with fatal bonds attached to it.
Yeah, it's like I always thought it was like inverse fatal bonds almost.
Yeah, but like the main target is like the difference about this compared to also like this when you target like if you target an enemy hero, they're just taking that extra damage rather than in the past with soul catcher. It's like it depends
flat
on which
max
one.
HP reduction.
There's like multiple different forms of Shadow Demon, so yeah, but
5 seconds.
okay, they'll ban out the NP. So that's kind of cool. I mean, this is a Ramsey special that we've seen. He's the only person actually trying it, if I'm not mistaken.
I've seen it picked a few times, yeah, and to be honest, I'm not sure if it has had a lot of success. I'd have to look back through some of the games, but yeah, it is interesting because I do feel like ranged carries are just generally better in this patch, minus like a few heroes. I mean, we at least I thought so, and then we saw Mickey just crush it on Monkey King multiple times. We just saw a Juggernaut win as well. So I don't know, maybe the read's a little bit weird, but Nature's Prophet did get some pretty solid buffs into making him a carry.
Yeah,
at least.
And they did play it earlier in the tournament versus VP. It's actually only been played once in this. It was played in Riyadh Masters a month ago. I think that one actually ended up losing from Nigma, but yeah, it looks like 9Pandas won with it. And they did try this one at Bali as well too. It actually got exposed completely because they actually had to flex it and put it off lane, and it was miserable. It was really, really bad, but either way, it's gone, so we don't have to worry about it this game, but definitely looking at Quest is looking at just like what 9Pandas is comfortable with, right? So they're targeting those, it looks like here.
I like the Lion Mirana bans here. Again, just getting rid of some extra lockdown. The Lion into the Storm Spirit, super scary, but also Shadow Demon into Arrow.
Yep.
Tiny, Avatos into Arrow. Like there's honestly a lot of connections that you can make with that. So pretty good heads up ban, because we haven't really seen Mirana all that much.
No, I mean, this is cool though. I definitely like when I see teams, because they probably think the Quest is going to do some early rotations mid, because that's the thing that Storm can self-reverse versus Tiny. You get like a +1, it's just free kills. So I like that ban. It's cool. Good Quest look for. Do they want to get out of here? Do they just still target more comfort or any actual specific hero? Because this time the Nagasaran is going to be left in, it looks like.
Yeah, and there's no Lion now to deal with it,
Yeah.
so...
They do have SD, but not the same.
Okay, they ban it themselves.
Yeah, and they'll take Lycan.
I was actually curious about this, because like, if 9Pandas doesn't ban it, they'd be forced to pick it here, because it's a pretty decent game for Quest to take it,
Yeah.
so...
They might just tide +1 on Quest here now, though, because the Lycan is one of the better offlaners if they want to go down that route. I don't know how much Malik plays it, though. He's a bit of a different monster in the offlane. That's usually not, at least is what I remember, that's usually not his style, but...
Primal Beasted again. Let's see.
What else we forget about? I mean, the Primal is in. It could be a possibility.
I think if you want to run like a Dark Seer lane here, but I think you need more lockdown from the off lane.
Okay.
They will just take the Terror Blade. Ooh, okay.
I think we talk about this one ad nauseum. At least me. It's just TB versus Feral Impulse. If you get reflection on him, it's like double damage in the fights. Matchup's nice. See, Skywrath.
I had no idea that Feral Impulse worked that way with reflection. That is nuts.
You didn't know that one, really? Oh.
No, I do not play Terrorblade. He is like one of my least favorite heroes in Dota.
Oh yeah, it's crazy how it works, because increased HP regen and damage under all you control, so you get, you're under control, so you get 40% bonus damage as TB.
That is cool.
Okay, and they'll go down a Techie's route. Cool. I mean, we've gotten to see like so little Techies actually. I was hoping to get to see this hero a little bit more because I can't believe that it's just dead just from these type of nerfs.
10 seconds.
They nerf its lane a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think the core of Techies and the fact that he just still does a ton of damage in like the mid late game is still there, and then that's why I was also surprised to see him just not be getting picked. But I'm happy Techies is not getting picked literally every game, but I
Sure.
don't want this hero removed. I think it is still a fun hero to watch. I think it's super interesting.
I think he's
So-
super tilting to play against as a carry most of the times too. This taser, I feel like you go
Oh my
the
God, it's
taser's
so
just
annoying.
insane, and then you can just itemize for more. You go this like Greaves builds here, actually very tanky, hard to kill and stuff like that too. So. And it's going to give him extra burst and catch, too. I think that's probably why they ideally wanted it also, besides just the lane, versus the Skywrath versus the Storm Spirit. So Tiny and Techies can actually just combo people.
So how do you feel about the ET in terms of the Terrorblade response, right? Like, natural order, obviously very good against him if you can get on top of him, but
You can't. You
the
can't get on him.
reflection... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how he gets there without Shard.
Yeah, so that's like... I mean, they probably just want it for the lane and stuff. As we're seeing, the ET is actually very good at securing in most situations. Maybe not the best at the last time with the Drow versus that Primal Beast, but maybe they just want it. It can have merit with the Sky and the Storm Spirit besides just the physical function. You're just amping up the magic to burst people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, true. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Because you get the magic reduction off the spirit.
Yep.
The physical off the hero, for those of you who maybe don't know too much about ET.
Radiant team
So when
back.
you reflect ET, you get both auras, right?
Around
So,
the
very nice.
reflection. It's
Around
like,
the
It's like a
reflection,
small
yeah.
little... Yeah, but... And they'll actually ban the Tide, so I mean, that probably still was an option for Quest, even though I don't know if Malik even wants to play down that route since he's a little bit different.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like he could even do something like Legion, perhaps.
I honestly wanted to say Legion, but I was like, you're into a Skywrath. Do you really want to risk it? But maybe it's still okay. They get rid of the Phantom Lancer. One of the few like instances where PLs is actually really good this game. So
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
They'll even ban out the Mars. Okay.
I mean, are they looking for the Drow again?
I mean, maybe because it's the TB.
It's not a bad matchup. It doesn't have terrible matchups, but you have the issue of like
What are they primal
well,
beasts?
last game was
What if they
yeah. I was
primal
like, you have the. It's not bad. Like you could do it again. The BKB piercing disable of that pulverize is just crippling, especially with the follow up that you have again.
Let's see.
I'd be super down for Malik to run it back as PB. I think it's fine.
I just want like damage and control, so I'm trying to think of what the other options are. Okay.
They did go for the Darkseer. Okay.
That's it. That is his most popular. I thought maybe he'd go down a little bit of a different route, but he's just sticking with his guns.
So maybe a little bit of the deny pick even as well if they wanted to run safe lane Lycan and take Darkseer to the off lane.
Yeah, could be. Maybe that's what they were thinking as well. That's a good call.
But yeah, I mean overall I like it. I'm curious what 9Pandas want to take here as the response. The classic picks into the Darkseer lane have been things like Bloodseeker. I don't know if you want to take Bloodseeker into Terrorblade, especially with a Shadow Demon.
He'll do his Alk. So this is the
Oh,
Ramses.
okay.
This is a Ramses old special. Well, I say old, but this is probably his favorite hero right now. This plus the Nature's Prophet.
I like it.
The thing is, though,
Great into the Darkseer lane.
it's good into the Darkseer lane, but it's a pretty awful matchup into Terrorblade. Actually, TB is
Yeah.
one of the best, if I'm not mistaken, versus Alchemist, because yeah, you just naturally build Scotty, keep distance. You have high innate armor and stuff like that too. So that's a bit of. I mean, it's maybe just him thinking that he's not going to get pressured as hard, and he's going to be able to like free farm and get the timings faster. But they need to get ahead and stay ahead on 9Pandas. Otherwise, I see Quest just this TB is going to be able to have a good
Untouched.
game.
Yeah, it is another like definite on the clock draft here from 9Pandas. Like if they don't come out of these lanes looking really strong, if this TA 2000 again, like say he gets first blood and just runs away with net worth once again, like you're in a really rough position.
Yeah.
I like the Alk. I think there is a lot that he can get done with it this game if you manage to get that early blink. The BKB can just play quick with his team, like Kiyotaka and Taras. Like they have a lot of connections that can be made, but Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
West looked really good. They looked really clean last game.
I like more of just the Kiyotaka and Antares in particular. I think these are their best heroes. I think they can get a ton of stuff done in the meantime to just get Ramsey the space. I'm just worried about this matchup, this Alk versus the TB and stuff like that, if Kiyotaka doesn't kind of pop off. But I think both teams not too unhappy with what they got, but I don't know, this TB. I'm not really the biggest fan of TB overall in a lot of these games, but when he gets, you pick an Alchemist, a tougher matchup versus it, and he has a Lycan aura perhaps in a lot of situations. We'll have to see. TA2000 is a menace on this hero.
Yeah, we will see indeed. I'm excited. I kind of want to see a Wolfbite potential come out as well. I think that could be pretty neat. But as for now, we're going to get ready to jump into game number 2. It is Quest versus 9Pandas. For those of you who are just tuning in, 9Pandas dropped game 1 here to Quest Esports. They looked very clean. So we'll see if they can grab themselves the 2-0. But 9Pandas could really use a win today. I'll say that much.
Yes. Very much so, and we'll see how this early game gets them set up. Checking match.
It is only day 1 of groups, though. I will say.
It is.
There is definitely a comeback from going 0-4 in a day. It's rough because you have a lot more pressure on your later series, but see if they can make it happen. Look at this kind of defensive position from Quest right now.
Guess they're expecting some. This is kind of cool.
30 seconds.
And Paras, he's just hanging out here on this twin gate. Might be warding back here behind the tower.
Okay.
I've seen this ward placed a few times, like back by the outpost, like in the corner to scout both these camps.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's usually indicative of like you're expecting to be able to force the carry out of the lane relatively early.
No.
Oh, that's gonna get dewarded.
That's gonna get dewarded. That is unreal. And they know Antares is here.
And whoa, what is this? Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I literally don't know. Aori will get in range for the disruption. No, okay.
The lose his ward,
it's a TP out, instant deward.
Okay, that was bizarre. That was a bit bizarre.
Was that a misclick on the sentry? Like, did he think the tower radius was accidentally the camp radius? Like, what was?
Was he? The only thing for me is like he's scouting or something. I don't see. I don't know. Whatever.
It might have just been like he was trying to ping and accidentally play. I don't know.
Yep.
Well, Entar is going to get caught by the disruption. A blood grenade comes out, and TA2000 just going to walk him down, but blood grenade expires, gets that bonus move speed. He will survive.
What is it?
Early reflection level, really strong for the lane.
Yeah, and actually looking at the matchups of 2 days ago, we actually had this exact kind of thing. It was almost the identical draft from Quest, actually, now that I'm glancing at it. They had Tiny, SD, Darkseer, TB, and then a Rubik. So 1 hero differential versus a Storm, Skywrath, Alchemist.
No way.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a run back. There's some heroes that are exchanged and stuff like that, but Quest ended up kind of doing very well in that game as well, too. And this is a very similar approach, I would say.
We'll grab their level 2 in the bottom lane here, so we'll see meta as an option. Fiori, of course, having Shadow Poison. TA2000 may have come just a little bit too far forward. We'll drop the reflection. Fiori's still holding his level 2.
Yeah, he is. Oh, cool. And someone actually, people in chat are actually commenting, delays the creep wave. TA2000, they got him.
Ooh, that is a nice one. Okay, this is interesting. I really would have expected him to kind of back off and play the meta range, but all right,
cool. And yeah, I actually have never seen people use the sentry to delay the creep wave like that. So that's what he's actually going for on Antares. Interesting.
Okay,
so I guess to pull it out of the tower.
That does make sense. Like I could see why. It's a little bit weird, but maybe they've seen them do it before. Nice top lane back into the blast off. Solo goes down. Ramses will trade for Omar. But pretty good.
Tons of exchanges. I mean, Darkseer getting any type of kill involvement up there is pretty big.
Quick level 2 Howl will actually be enough to save the Lycan there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Farming well here on Quest, the first few waves. But Kaori, I mean, these are nice body blacks.
Yeah, Mira has done a really good job with the Wolves this game. We'll go ahead and put the Skywrath under, but yeah, he's gonna get chased down. He's got quite a bit. Pops the stick. He's fine. Okay.
All right. That's amazing body blocks really by Miro. That was sick. both of these initiations, both these little fights that they've gone for down bottom, he's got good ones. TA2000, though, did get the wave behind the tower, so he's actually denied a whole wave away. They're chasing Kaori, but they've actually lost the entire wave.
He's just been like right-clicking wolves
Oh, no.
for most of this lane.
Oh, he tries to go for a toss under tower, but Kiyotaka actually glyphs the wave to make sure he doesn't get under it. Kiyotaka doing good in this
that'd be
matchup.
nice. I guess we haven't really looked at the CS yet, but for the most part, looking pretty clean. Malik just getting destroyed by Solo. Tons of damage from that Elder Titan combined with the acid spray. Well done.
And this time he did go for level 2 Spirit. There we go. Getting themselves some nice kills up there for Alchemist. Nice protection at the least so he can get that good farm.
And Kiari once again gonna go down here as Antares gets some help from the Wolves.
Yeah, Antares Skyrath. I mean, he has always been the beast to be able to find these early kills, even with like a weird lane combo. He's with a Lycan and he's able to do this. It's actually very cool from him. 5-1 at the moment.
Your life, much like your head, lacks a point.
All right, much better start to the lanes here from 9Pandas. I like this a lot. Like the Alchemist, he's CSing pretty well. The wave's in a rough spot, but it should just kind of reset here in a little bit.
Yeah. He's getting slowed down a little, but he's farming good enough. Just this TB is not really getting slowed down at this point after that death. And oh, an early rotation with that Tiny for this Storm, and Solo will actually come in for some cleanup.
Dude, Solo is just beasting this game on the ET. He's going to look for the Shadow Demon here, potentially with the help from Antares. The TP in from Techies, though, does have a disruption. He's going to cancel the TP, actually. So Kaori going to have to throw another disruption there. And Antares, 7 HP, will live.
And
Very
Antares,
close.
he's okay also, too. Good rotations. The two supports very active on 9Pandas. Loving the way that they're moving around the map. They know that I think they know that Kiyotaka is likely to get ganked. This is a very quest thing. That's why they like having this Tiny here. They want to try to get these early movements and kills. They might even go for it again. They put a ward down bottom rune to be able to scout this movement, trying to protect Kiyotaka before 6.
He's a little bit of an XP disadvantage, but not by too much. He'll hit a 6 on the next wave here, so
Yeah, it looks like he might even
a little bit safer.
Yeah, he should have it in a good position here. It should beat into a good spot for him to safely get that 6. And Power Rune's going to be coming up soon. Imagine Antares is going to make the move over, and Ramses already he's gotten out of the lane. So he's kind of just jungling. Solo's getting stacks ready for him, so he doesn't have to play versus this Techies Darkseer.
It's disruption there to just prevent the Shadow Demon from coming to the rune. It will spawn bottom, though, and with the rotation from Antares as well as the Wolves, once again, it will chase down the SD, and they get the kill. Kiyotaka gets his 6 with an Arcane Rune, the best possible rune he could grab right now.
And he's throwing out some tips, too. He's like, you want to bring heroes to my lane? He'll bring some as well, too. He gets a secured rune. Bottom, though, Omar, I believe he TP'd through the Twin Gate after setting up a ward to scout Ramses. He gets the setup on Tamira with the A2000.
Yeah, it's really, really, really nice. They need this kill. Like, he's not having, like, a rough game on the Lycan at all. Like, he's closing out on the Helm of the Dominator here fairly soon.
Top, though, Malik. Nope, Vanguard just yet. Can't quite chase him, though. Power runes are...
You think he's going to do something similar as last game, where he just skips the Vanguard and goes for something else?
I think in this game you just go Vanguard so you can occupy top. Kaori is going for this rune on bottom. He's got to get the Wisdom and maybe get himself a kill.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Antares, he needs one more poison. He's going to throw it. Oh, just barely off the mark. Good attempt.
Tries again. Doesn't get it. And now he's actually the one to go down, probably.
Space Maid, right? Yeah, it's just like, I'm just support. No big deal.
Get Talk up top. Big move.
Oh, yeah, you're very much right. And Malik will get connected here on this stun. He's out of mana now. The Arcane Rune will allow him to get a couple more attacks off, and there it is. So a nice rotation. Ends up netting 3 kills across the map.
This is a killer early game from 9Pandas. 10 kills already. They're super mobile. And Kiyotaka, this is enabled here from Arcane Rune. Antares is going to TP mid, fill his bottle, keep this Storm snowballing. Very good aggressive
Look at
moves.
the net worth difference between the mid lanes right now.
Yeah.
It's already starting to add up.
Yeah, he's had some really, really crisp moves. And the XP also, even though it is the double wisdom runes that go the side of quest, the 9 Pandas supports aren't so bad. Like Solo's already level 5, Antares level 4 and change. So even though they lost both of them, not the worst case scenario at the moment for them. They're in a good spot. I love the way that they're rotating with Antares.
Yeah, I agree. His Skyrath is just so sick.
Yeah.
Like you talked about it, like he's one of the best Skyraths around, and you kind of forget about this hero every once in a while, and then he pops it out, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I forget why I hate playing against this hero sometimes.
Stomp. Can't follow up.
Get some decent sentries in the mid lane. All right. Ramsey's having a
Miro?
fantastic start as well.
He gets the transform off. He's actually going to maybe chase for a kill.
I mean, he has no disruption. He might be able to. The blast off will hold him in place. They don't want to commit that meta, so they will just clean up the summons. But they are showing up with numbers, man. The smoke is here. They can get on top of TA2000. It would be absolutely huge.
They need some help down here on quest.
Oh, they're going to need it and fast. The Howl's going to come through the silence onto the Shadow Demon. A great stomp, actually catching TA2000 as well. But Noob is here. And Kiyotaka is out of mana. The toss in. You got a big problem. It's called Terrorblade, man. We'll pop the stick, try and hobble away, and he's surviving for the moment. Blast off in a couple of seconds. Kiyotaka needs this kill.
Nice stomp.
He won't be able to find it. Nice stomp from Solo once again.
How does he get out? I cannot believe Kiyotaka actually makes it away there. Thought for sure he's going to go down. That's a meta used and a rotation forced. This is going great for 9Pandas. Ramsey's is probably just chilling right now completely. Just telling his team, great job. Keep the pressure. No one's coming to my lane. I already have Relic. It's a killer timing for him. It's exactly how they have to play this game.
Oh, Solo. He comes over maybe to defend the bottom tower. Might regret that one. Is Omar is level 6 thanks to those wisdom runes. So lots of damage now coming out from the techies.
And Antares, his will be slowed down. Even though Solo is going to be good levels, yeah, that wisdom rune will now start to have some effect. So his pairing with Kiyotaka won't be as potent now. But Kiyotaka, another power rune. He gets himself a haste. Good look for some other opportunity.
They're all under this ward bottom, too.
Hey, look at the wolves also. They're just poking, giving all the information. Noob continues to get slowed down. TB is farming well. Same thing for the Darks here, but this Alk, he's got to have Radiance very soon, and then he can get involved with this team.
It's that timing, right? We talked about 9Pandas, they're on the clock, but if they come out of this lane stage looking this good, it might all work. It all might work for them.
Yeah, this draft needs to have, ideally, this type of lane start here for the Alkin. So far, so good here for 9Pandas. Got to keep it up, keep that pressure going. The next big timing is to bring in the Alchemist in, of course, if he wants to go down the BKB round. Then you force the issue onto towers, because Quest is slowed down. Noob on his Tiny. This is going to be a very slow Blink Dagger.
Theory bottom lane, dealing with a Lycan. Once again, a casual blood grenade out from Solo. Self-disruption to buy a little bit of time, but he's definitely going to die here. Tries to TP. It's just too much damage out from the Lycan.
Miro clicked the... he actually clicked the Twin Gate for a second there. I was like, uh-oh.
Did he?
Yeah, but he ends up getting it.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Like, trying to do something else and, like, accidentally channeling on Twin Gate or, like, the Fiend's Gate from Underlord.
I've seen it. All people do it. I've seen the pros that accidentally click that all the time. Tower. Go get it. Nice move.
Nice done.
Yeah, Miro, he's actually having a really good game, a very involved game as a Lycan too, just with Wolves, sending with Antares. 3-1-5 on Miro.
Yeah. I mean, he had a great start to last game as well, right? Like the really quick pipe, his itemization was amazing. He's got this troll summoner, so of course we'll have the skeletons being able to provide a lot more damage to the creep waves, just giving it a little bit more push as well. So you're gonna have to be definitely kind of respect the Lycan in the off lane. Like, he's gonna take your buildings if left unchecked.
Yeah, and he's gonna be the information grabber also. It's gonna always let him, let them find Kaori in particular. So it's gonna give Kiyotaka options to jump, because those wolves, they're really pesky. Like, I see so many games, early supports buying gems, just because you have to deal with these wolves constantly. Same thing versus TA, just playing under traps. The vision is one of the biggest things about this hero still.
I think it was when we saw Zai playing the other day, right? And he's just like double blocking ancient camps with wolves, like just providing so much info. Yeah, there's a lot of depth to that hero that people kind of forget about.
Ramsey's actually at the moment he's got Blink queued up, so I guess more aggression, just wanting to jump in rather than having like a BKB to cover.
Casual Ogre Axe, though. So a little bit of HP.
Okay, I thought he was going to go for the BKB personally, just because then you can just charge in always, and you don't have to worry about burning yourself, your team with Radiance, etc. But we'll see what Charlie goes.
Looking for the ET here in the mid lane, the Avalanche, the toss, but in comes Kiyotaka. They will be able to bring down... Oh, do they even get ET?
He's alive.
No way. He survives on 20 HP. Omar is nearby, which can help, but Miro coming in here on the Lycan, getting so much damage. The Earth Splitter just cutting him off as Antares now offering some assistance. Ends up being a 2 for 0. Every single attempt from Quest not panning out.
Solo, the little things mattering. Pig pull stats, belt of strength and everything. The 1400 HP position 5. Can't combo him. And out top, they find Malik.
Yeah, this is beautiful. They've been doing so much work this game. He's trying to run away with his Alk Illusion with the Radiant. He's like, let me farm, please.
Not happening, Ramsey says.
No way.
I mean, these movements, and 9Pandas, they're keeping up with over a kill a minute. Every single time, they're just bringing numbers, making rotations, quests. They're not responding. Not responding well whatsoever right now. And it's definitely the reflection of what's happening in mid. Noob's still no Blink Dagger, so hard for him to kind of counter gank. And also, they went on... I think they didn't anticipate how tanky Solo was, so...
And I feel like this Tiny from the mid lane has just not felt super impactful. Like, he's got his Fred's Fairy String, but he's only level 9. And a lot of times at this point, like, Tiny is the one who needs to be the aggressor. I don't know who he can kill outside of Skywrath Mage right now.
They have to combo with the techies, pretty much, right? It's like Tiny plus techies if they want to try to go for anything onto a Storm. Going on the Lycan and this Alchemist at this point is definitely difficult. And yeah, Ramses, he did switch. He pretty much has BKB done. They can force so much here on 9Pandas. Quest is gonna need quite a bit more time in order to get this TB involved. Like, he needs Manta and he needs his Scotty in particular before he wants to really get truly involved into a lot of these team fights besides just clean up. Very good window here for 9Pandas. They just got to keep it up and not throw away their lead here.
It's definitely like the 9Pandas like game to lose almost, right? Like, they're the ones that are seemingly in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, and it feels like it's going to continue, especially with this Alk BKB. I feel like they're going to start. They're just going to keep looking to run at them here with these timings. Even a drum on Solo, he's fairly farmed. It's a 5-position ET who's level 8.
Yeah. They also just finished up the Witchblade here for Kiyotaka, so a lot more damage coming in from the Storm Spirit. Tons of armor, like, right? You mentioned this item, the Falcon Blade and the Witchblade. This hero's a lot. Oh, he gets caught on the silence immediately for the blink. No way. Antares, absolute beast, will get surged away and survive for the moment. The wall does come down. Noob, the Avalanche to toss back. Kiyotaka is in super deep, but will be able to get away. Somehow Noob survives.
Again, the Crimson Guard blocked a ton of damage.
It did indeed. Miro looking to get aggressive here as he wants to chase down Omar. He's going to be able to blast off down to the low ground. Malik with the rest of the heroes trying to just run away from Ramses, who wants to get active now as well. Will self-stun Omar, dropping the mines, get some damage out onto the Miro. Nice defensive disruption, but finally, Kiyotaka will find himself a kill, who also found a DD rune in the river. Avalanche to toss back. The Sunder!
Midair!
TA2000 finds him. Beautiful grab from Noob. Solo with a nice stomp. We'll try and run away here with a pig pole very fast thanks to the Astral Spirit. Antares,
he's back in.
Offering some assist here. Noob goes in. Needs to maybe rethink this. The Alk is real strong. There's the Blood Grenade giving the vision. The stun on Tattoo. You've lost the Tiny. The Ori will get the disruption. That's going to be a Radiance going back the other way, but Ramses... The Chemical Rages come back off cooldown, and TA2000 needs to get out of here. Nice blast off from Omar, but the BKB finally comes out from Ramses. He is just cleaning up in this fight. Solo trying to get away from Malik. The Surge coming through. A never-ending fight. We are going to be in next game. It's going on still, but... Solo? You're kidding me. He can't do it again. Okay, the tower. I was like, there's no way it happens again, right?
Oh my
God.
Tower
cleans him up.
Okay.
But what a fight.
That was like a 2-minute fight. An initial start of the fight is an instant silence from Antares, right? A pretty godly one there. Noob somehow trickles away, then some crazy overextensions and stuff for 2 minutes. I have no idea who ends up winning this entire exchange right. I think it ends up being kind of even on the kills back and forth there. But 9Pandas, I guess they get the tower, so they get a little bit of extra lead, and Ramses ends up living. That was a cool Sunder play there midair with the tossback, but still think 9Pandas pretty happy with that type of impact they were able to get there. Especially with Ramses cleaning up. What items does he have
He-
now? He has a blink for further chase, so same thing, 9Pandas can keep pressuring.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And that was everything that you were talking about, right? Like, he gets the BKB, you play super aggressive.
Yeah.
They got to use Chemical Rage twice in the fight. Like, that was just an idea of how long that was going on for.
Are scanning.
Even Shapeshift, I think, came back up or something toward the end
Yeah.
of it. Such a long
I do
fight.
see Kiyotaka, but Noob really wants a power rune. He will finally get one. They have vision here. He's right under a sentry. Noob will get the avalanche off, but takes a ton of damage here from Antares. And here comes the Alk. Ramses looking to get active. The stun will be thrown onto Kyora, but Noob gets the blink out. Nice done. Demonic Purge will slow down the Alk, but they do manage to take down the SD at the end of the day. Now TA2000's got to get out of here. Scouted by a ward. Kiyotaka trying to close the gap. He has the Manta. The Earth Splitter is there. You have to Manta dodge the stun, and he does. He
did?
gets the Sunder. He gets silenced, so beautiful flavor. And turns
Oh my
back
God.
into the blast off. 2 dead. Ramsey's forced to BKB. He needs to get out of here, man. I can't believe they're diving to tier 2s. The Sunder
Ramses.
finally comes out. Ramsey's is low. The toss in. He's got a concoction.
Reflection.
But the reflection. The Baron. A mine onto the high ground. Takes him down.
Oh my
And
god,
Kaori
Quest.
has respawned.
Oh my goodness. Quest just working magic.
How does this
TA2000,
happen?
he mantas the concoction. They get a 3 or 4 man vacuum into a detonation there. I mean, that's exactly what Quest needs. They have halted 9Pandas pretty hard now there. That's going to give TA2000 some blanket there to perhaps finish up a next item.
That
was-
Manta is so clutch. Like, he
I
has
can't
to
believe
hold
that.
Manta for concoction.
And that
There's
was-
no choice.
That was so sick. Maybe now they get him top. He's up top here.
No Sunder. Still has the Manta. Nice disruption. Good stomp. Ooh, he matches the stomp.
Jesus.
Okay. TA2000's a whole nother beast.
I mean, this is the clutchness you need. When you're playing versus this type of draft that's pressuring you super hard, you have the late game secured on Quest. If you're able to do these type of plays at this TV, I mean, holy moly. 9Pandas, they have to keep applying this pressure, but they can't die like that again. I mean, 1 or 2 more of those in this game, it's going to be completely swung into Quests. They got to be careful here as Ramses.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
So, Roche moving to the Radiant side. It looks like 9Pandas already set up.
Okay.
They-
This is smart.
They're realizing, like, okay, let's just get Roche on and then we'll play aggressive again.
Yeah, this is the safer play for sure. Then they can look to run down things, and even if they give up a kill or two, the Storm as a Sages, he can actually commit harder. So, be a good call here.
We're gonna see a Nullifier come out from the Alk here, tired of playing against the Surge, and Miro has actually got the Aghanim Scepter queued up as well, so it will be the Wolf fight potential onto the Alk.
Okay. Cool. And he is having a pretty damn good game still on this Lycan, so we'll see what this effect has for this TV. But I'm scared really for 9Pandas. I'm just seeing TA2000 getting closer and closer as Alk. I'm watching Malik. If he's able to get those type of vacuums too, whew. Let's see if 9Pandas
Blink even?
keep it up.
Dude, not. I mean, he's just full aura.
Yeah.
I like the Shivas. That's a nice pickup. The high ground defense for Quest is still so strong.
It
Like,
is.
you have
It
to
is.
get the pickoffs outside the base. I don't think you can go high ground against tiny Darks here.
No.
That just seems so scary.
And you have to be very careful of these, the wombo combos as we just saw there. And it's never really going to be that easy to kill someone first like Malik. Like, he's just so damn tanky, so.
You can still toggle the
Radiance.
Radiance during disruption, right?
That I'm pretty sure they changed.
Oh, did they? Okay. 'Cause I remember you would just like turn it off mid-disruption and then it didn't matter. But glad that was changed. That was like a little bit too easy.
Jump. He already shows. Taka wants blood.
I mean, it's a nice grab if you can get him, but ooh, they don't.
Noob.
Forced away. Noob goes in here with this shield rune trying to find something. A nice back from Malik, and it's going to be Antares on the Skywrath Mage as the hero to fall.
Oof. Another little slip up there. Trying to go for a pickoff. Yataka uses most of his mana too. He's going to have to back away. Game is slowing down. Quest. I mean, TA2000, the Scotty's pretty much there. I'm more impressed how Malik is keeping up. Dark's just keeping up with these guys. Like, he's keeping up with the TV. It's relatively close. I mean, relatively close to an Alps too. You know, the Storm and TV are having such a good game. This Darkseer's there. Yataka.
Does get Omar. I mean, that's such a sick play. Great stomp into the Earth Splitter. They might lose solo. The Avalanche, the toss back, throws him into the TA 2000. Kiyotaka needs to be very careful. Great back wall. Ramsey's coming in, saws the BKB, trying to beat down Noob, and they should be able to do it. The Crimson Guard reducing a little bit, but it's not enough. And Ramses will be able to walk away.
And TA 2000 did
Nicely
pop meta.
done.
He popped meta at the end of that fight. He thought that he could actually re-engage onto Ramses. So meta.
That's the
meta
Scotty,
wasted.
too.
Yep. He is big. He is very big. Now I'm going to continue looking at Miero also, because now when you do go down this route of a Lycan, you have no dispel function. So you're going to have to, you know, be a little careful with this, giving up all these auras to the TB. If you just run into him and he gets reflection, this TB is going to hurt. So that is the one issue about going this route of build rather than going for like a BKB or something for a dispel.
True, yeah. It's the Helm aura plus the Feral Impulse like you talked about.
Yeah, it's absurd.
That's a lot of damage. But it does have the Aghanim Scepter, so that's being delivered. Wolf Bite will be an option now for the Alchemist, so...
Cool.
Feasted Alch, crit, pretty good.
Yep. And I believe he's bought actually the secondary relic. You don't see this too often, but Ramsey's really wanting Nullifier versus these auras. The Darkseer is definitely problematic. Crimson Guard has done quite a bit of work, and even Surge, so I can understand why he wants that. It just looks a little weird.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does. What wins, Demonic Cleanse or Nullifier? I feel like Demonic Cleanse wins, right?
What do you mean by wins?
In terms of, like, you can't Dispel Cleanse, right?
Can't spell Nullifier.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, it's so weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
do they just both exist?
They both,
Like-
yeah, they both just exist. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. All right.
Cleanse is definitely going to be a big thing once he's able to get it too. Kaori, he hasn't purchased it just yet. He wants to get Blink for positioning since he has to play really far back in this game versus the Storm and Lycan Wolves. But yeah, that Cleanse is always really good versus Skywrath.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
All right, nice tower take there from the Lycan. They're setting up here in the mid lane.
They cooled their groove a little bit on 9Pandas. They're like, all right, let's not throw this lead. Let's play together. Make the smart moves around the map. Sticking together here. Playing around this age is still for a minute.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lion's going to start popping. They know exactly what's going on here as Kaori trying to hobble away, but it's going to be Ramses coming through with the stun, couple auto attacks.
Plus 14.
No problem at all.
How many deaths is this on? 9 deaths. They're, again, targeting him so much this game. Oh, Noob!
Noob gets scouted top by Kiyotaka. They do have Malik hiding in the trees here, but
He's
without
ditching him.
any other heroes, I don't think there's anything you can do.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's only a matter of time. Yep, Vortex into the stun, even the Nullifier for good measure, and Noob will die.
Big pickoff. Nice moves. 9Pandas, they're splitting them up around the map, and they're finding these nice picks.
Where are we at on Terrorblade? What's his next? He's going Daedalus. Okay.
Oh, okay. Just straight damage rather than going for any type of piercing of evasion. And Taris set up bottom for Omar. He's got a glimmer. They've got detection.
Yeah, they do indeed. He's just trying to clear up the waves, but yeah,
Great
nice rotation from the supports.
Great gank. And then Taris, he's actually one of the few players that does this a lot. Actually, well, wait a second,
Oh.
because Haori again.
They found
looks like
Kaori?
he's dead.
Yotaka, his Aegis is expiring in 1 second, so he will not get any regen bonus from this, but I don't think he cares all that much. He's going to get a nice kill.
Yeah.
He's almost a Hex now, dude.
He does. He's pretty big. How's the itemization for Ramses? I think he needs some armor. I mean, check. He actually went bash. This is just straight aggression. All right. We'll see if that pays off. I'm always a little worried when there's just no armor on these TBs, or on these Alks versus TB, but hey, if this is the build he wants to go, so be it. He wants to just man mode.
I mean, his armor option is just AC, right?
That's it, yeah. I just maybe thinking because he's going to get bit by the Lycan in a lot of these situations, you can just go and just beat on him, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Also, like, the minus armor doesn't do too much this game. You're against, like, tiny
Yeah,
Terrorblade.
it's more about the plus. I guess he's also,
Yeah.
like, if he goes AC, then they have an AC too, because then the wall, blah, blah, so.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, maybe it's some type of discussion like that, who knows.
Radiant's bottom
All right,
tower is
I like
under
it.
attack.
9Pandas is definitely hitting this dream timing. That everything from 30 minutes on, I feel like gets more difficult for them as this Terrorblade gets more and more items. But if they can continue to just put on this pressure, I think it's sick. Kaori almost dies to the Tormentor as well as Omar.
They're playing this now nice and smart on 9Pandas, not overextending for kills, not jumping recklessly. They're whittling down these towers, using Miero, just using his creeps. This is nice moves, and they're keeping the map nice and controlled too. The lanes are pushed in. And a Hex, soon to be finished here. Kiyotaka very close.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Crit. I think that's it. Full purchased.
Solo.
Oh, he actually goes Silver Edge on TA 2000.
That is, I mean, that is
He died fast.
he went in for the Watcher and just kind of died to TA 2000's illusions. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, he went back for the Silver Edge. So what's the idea behind this one?
I guess just wanting
survivability.
Survivability, just wanting to angle himself inside of team fights. Cool. I mean, we'll see.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's feeling
Mid
confident.
tier 1 still standing. Finally goes down to the illusions, but
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He's the one like kind of running in first. Look at this DB.
see if they find anything. They will scout Kiyotaka now on this wave top, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Able to get
not
away.
gonna find anything. And you got Lycan pushing bottom once again.
Yep. Did he actually? I was checking. He was one of the few that didn't buy a shard really early, so that was a bit different to see. He's gonna have a dispel though, so I am happy that he's going Manta. So that is gonna give him a little bit of protection at least versus this annoying reflection. And it's great because he's universal, so he gets all the benefits from it.
Also just a hero that doesn't buy boots, so when he's not using shapeshift, that bonus mana is kind of nice.
A little bit of a pause here.
Or not bonus mana, bonus movement
Bonus
speed.
move
Sorry.
speed. Yeah, I understood.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Assuming lag.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess lag or something. All right. So Noob has had a pretty rough game. Let's just say the least on the tiny, right? Like
Absolutely.
he is got almost nothing. He is sitting on a blink dagger and echo saber. He's like not even halfway, about halfway to his BKB, but at some point I feel like he also has to transition to a core, like, right? Don't usually tinies need to have like an Aghanim Scepter, like that echo or something, to really kind of offer the late game impact.
In a lot of situations, yeah. Honestly, the thing is, this like TA 2000, just he is a bit special on the TV. That's why I'm a little worried for him just because the triple scaling on 9Pandas, but I'm also like the high ground defensive quest is scary. So 9Pandas still has to play it clean and careful how they approach this push.
Yeah. He does disassemble into the BKB, so he is just going to have that available for the next fight, which is good. Like, less burst damage, but not dying on Tiny is quite important.
Yeah. Kaori, I think, also now Blink lands. He also got the Eye of Vizier earlier, and so he's got great cast range, good ways to keep his distance. Malik also, Shiva's is done. Level 18, level 3 wall.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah, that's also can be pretty annoying here for Ramses and for this.
Oh, they just smoked
Lycan.
right under a Lycan Wolf.
These woes, man. Sometimes that's why
They've
we
just
see
been
those
following the
gems.
supports the whole time.
Yeah.
He's just constantly following like Omar and Kaori with them. I mean, the
Wolf bite on Ramses.
Wolf bite's coming out to Ramses. They know they're going to be down here. There's going to be the Howl. Ramses does get scouted by TA2000 Shadow Blade. They're looking for this Alk to see what they can find. He's going to jump in, get the Abyssal Blade onto the techies. The Nullifier does come out. The Avalanche doesn't connect. As now they're looking to just turn on to Tiny. Noob needs some help. It's going to be the BKB. The wall is down, and Ramses is to just chew through these heroes. That is exactly what he's doing. Nullifier out onto Malik. Big back wall.
Huge
Wait
wall.
a minute. A turnaround. The illusion doing work to blast off Alk. He's got to be careful. He's killing himself here.
Holy
It's a
shit,
triple
Malik.
kill for Malik. TA2000 looking like it's his turn to shine as Kiyotaka will be able to TP on out. But my lord, the damage from the Dark Seer.
Dude, these illusions hurt. I mean, they all, of course, there's like it doesn't. You don't even really see the damage. I guess maybe it's not. I don't know. Something's not working.
Yeah,
or
wall
something
doesn't
there,
show
but wall
on,
doesn't show
on
okay.
the damage.
And that was what it was, the ET aura as well inside the wall. So those illusions are hitting so damn hard.
It hit everyone. He had
Everyone.
Lycan, Alk, ET, and Skyrath. Like, it was every freaking hero. Like, that was so good.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Wow,
I mean,
what a-
Ramses, he chases super hardcore to go in, but his team has to be very. I mean, Malik it's a huge issue still, as we're seeing. He's kind of been the thing to the rock to bring this team back here for Quest this game. It feels like besides TA2000.
That was just such, like, he was so close to dying before he gets that back, too.
Yeah.
Like, that was the last second. Suddenly, the fight just completely different. 9Pandas continue to play aggressive, though, as Kyrie will pick off Shadow Demon. Malik.
Can't quite chase.
No chance. No chance.
Kaori continues to get bullied. Kiyotaka with a great grab. How long
that
on Roche?
Scythe gem as well.
Okay, Roche is up.
Roche is up.
That's probably when
Yeah.
9Pandas. I mean, right now, TB meta is down, wall is up, but it could be the next call that they have to maybe make. Is because these fights just feel weird without an Aegis, perhaps. I see them swinging down there. Perhaps that is the call. This is a really nice. This is a fun game so far because it's 30-16. It's been 9Pandas in the driver's seat this whole time, but there's been some huge combo plays coming out, just from Malik in particular, to keep things in still a position that, even though 9Pandas is leading, there's still this scary potential for this TB.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't want to try and contest the Roche at least with, I mean, just because of Darkseer, right?
No meta. I think that's
yeah.
Without meta, it's like TA2000 can't do much of anything. So
now we'll do it. Aegis on over to the Storm Spirit once again. Cheese will go into the Lycan's bag.
yeah.
They take the portal top now.
Yeah, Omar now has. I was like looking to see who's going to build it. It was him. So Solar Crest now on Omar. So they have one to work against Antares, who I feel like he always builds like this. By the way, almost always a Sky. He doesn't really tend to build the Atos as often in a lot of these games. He builds for the team. So I like that when he does this approach. And he's a blood grenade carrier. I'm a huge advocate of triple blood grenades.
That's so cool. It's just 150 HP, and then the vision that it provides is actually underestimated as well.
I mean,
Like, we've seen a couple players like set up some sweet kills with like just blood grenade vision.
I mean, blood grenade it's so valuable. It's better than a fluffy head. It's cheaper, and you're holding the same slot. So, if you have a slot as a support, if you have your detection and whatnot, highly recommend always having 3 blood grenades. Bloodstone Kiyotaka does have that finished up. More survivability, more ways to commit into backlines and keep himself inside the team fight.
Oh, that's what he was going for. I thought he was going for the Ags, but yeah, Bloodstone instead. Okay, I like it.
He's going for the continued scaling, just trying to go for even like the potential super late game Aghanims 25 talent build.
Yeah, he's got a lot of HP.
Yeah.
He is really tanky.
He really is. I mean, that's probably also the other thing too, right? Versus a Tiny, he is unbelievably survivable with the Dandelion Amulet and stuff too.
Man, Dandelion Amulet is a really cool item as well. I loved the introduction of like the new jungle items this time around. I think these were some of the better jungle items we've seen introduced.
I think having the choice of 5 was the best change that they've done for neutral items.
Oh yeah.
I hate neutral items personally, and I think that actually made it okay for me.
Yeah. Surged up.
Kiyotaka wants the rune.
Playing for the rune. The avalanche comes out. He gets the Heckblade, gets the rune off. Okay, the toss is there. Kiyotaka able to zip away. Has to be careful. There's the banish. I don't know how they follow this up. Omar barely misses the blast off. That's how. Okay.
An attempt was
Questions
made.
to continue the chase. They are trying the avalanche in from Noob. The toss is there. Can they find the kill? They're trying real hard. Kiyotaka finally about to drop here as there's going to be the reflection. He's running low on mana. The wall comes down. Okay, 9Pandas, you gotta help the boy here. The avalanche is out. The meta's there, and he's gone. They just let him die.
Uh-oh. Survivable, but not that survivable. His team is nowhere near him. They were top side and bottom. Kiyotaka pushing the limits a bit too hard. Oh! Whoopsie, TA2000.
Yes, sorry. I'm waiting for the swap in the inventory in a second. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, what can he swap, though? Oh, you meant like
yeah,
positioning, I get it.
Yeah, it's like in the wrong slot type of thing. It's like, all right, hold on, BKB in the wrong slot, my bad.
45 seconds. TA2000 looking to get more. He still has meta a little bit. Maybe he looks to just poke mid tower. I think that is going to be the case.
I'd be okay with that, yeah. They got the double catapult, disruption. This tower should fall.
I mean, they're smoking to perhaps look for a wraparound here, 9Pandas. Miero is about to have AC done. They know that meta's ending.
Dire's middle tower
They-
has fallen.
Have vision of Noob. I think they saw him slightly, so they might be able to know that they have like the kind of like an even fight here.
Malik,
He's got him by the ward. He needs to be very careful. Gets the Crimson Guard, gets the pipe off. TA2000, he's up on the top tower. He just gets taken down so fast. It is time to get out of here.
TA2000, they don't have a
He's
disable.
gone. Okay, you lose Malik. That's still a pretty big death, as the Darkseer, of course, if we've seen, has been instrumental in these fights. but-
Definitely. Who got the last hit too? Alright, I'm sorry, I was gonna say he was on a killing spree if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, he was worth a ton of gold.
Yeah, he was
1,200.
totally isolated. And look at the move. They're quickly shifting. They're going down toward bottom immediately. Nope, could get
Can they
caught
go
here.
for Tormentor? Oh.
They tried. Yutaka used quite a bit of mana. He was hoping to connect with the Bloodstone and restore some. He's actually at like 1/3 or 1/4 mana right now.
They definitely want this Tormentor if they can get to it. It's definitely... if you can get, like, Reactive Taser, or at this point, I guess it would be Tiny Shard. It's not the most important. Reactive Taser would be amazing for them.
Let's see. He'll get it. Nice.
There it is.
Yeah, good for him.
Is under attack.
Oh, bottom lane, Ramses takes the tier 3. He just destroyed... He does right before Fortification.
Swift Blink. Doesn't mean he
I
spent
guess
his
they
gold.
did get it off anyway.
No buyback on Ramses. He's gonna start queuing up those Aghanims. And Kiyotaka, he's actually unlucky. He found himself Timeless Relic. He's in.
Nice Hex grab here from Kiyotaka. Nuke, pretty tanky. Still has the BKB to play with. Kiyotaka running a little low on HP here, or on mana, so.
I feel like he needs a BKB, just to the safest thing possible. I'm just like, every time I see him jump, I have like a little bit of a heart palpitation for Kiyotaka.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, he's gonna go back for that, and he's gonna be able to get given the Aghanims. So this is definitely the better route. So Ramses is gonna be able to just hand that one over to him.
It's a DD scout at top here.
Meta's back up. West kind of gathering
He's
themselves.
running for it.
And Antares will take it.
Dude, he has a Mindbreaker now on the Tiny, or on Terrorblade. This is such a sick item for them, especially, you know, considering no BKB on Storm, right? That one attack could kill him.
Definitely problematic. I mean, for Kiyotaka, he's definitely telling his team, he's like, I really want to finish this BKB, guys, before we take this next fight.
Yeah.
AC on Miro. He's also going for his own Nullifier. There's a buyback. Got quite a bit of them up. Not the like him, though, at the moment of the Alk. West really trying to punish, catch something here. They've also now gotten level 20 talent on Darkseer. A really strong one. More and more walls.
Yeah.
I mean, 60-second cooldown. It's always going to be up.
It really is just, like, such a sick talent.
Yeah, in combo with 10 talent, too, it becomes pretty crazy. Especially in this type of game.
He's just trying to tank up. He's got himself a Trickster Cloak and then queues up a Heart.
I don't really blame. I actually thought maybe he even... I think just because there's these nullifiers, he can't go Aeon Disc. I thought he maybe was going to until I saw them. Because his job is really just... If he survives and he gets the combo off, the fights could get difficult for 9Pandas every time. These illusions are just so damn strong from the Lycan auras, from the ET, from all this type of stuff that's buffed up. Power Rune Quest, playing around it.
Ooh, they will find themselves... Nice jump around to the ET, and it will be Omar to finish him off. And it will be an Arcane Rune picked up by the Tiny.
Okay.
He has a gem now, finally. They did manage to steal a gem away.
Yeah, they just got it. That's actually a huge pick-off. I was actually surprised he took the Arcane, but whatever. I thought he was going to give it the TA2000. Either way. BKB plus
He's
Arcane.
got his own Ninja Gear as well, so he can play pretty nicely in the back line.
This seems to be one of the more broken items in the game lately. Towers.
Just chipping down the tier 3.
Oh, he thought it was real.
Yeah, not real. Unlucky for him. But the jump in, they're going to go. They managed to find the stun here onto the Techies. He's dead. Darkseer trying to survive as well. Do they have the wall? He gets put to sleep. Ramses just getting beat to death by
no
10,000.
buyback. He spent.
Who cares, Darkseer? It's just all the Terrorblade. And now Miro on the backside trying to hobble away. The wall does finally come down as Kiyotaka goes back in. Nice Vortex catching too, but the Sunder comes out from TA2000. He's plenty healthy as Miro trying to run away. He will be able to. But without the buyback on your Alk, you're going to be seriously lacking some damage.
I'd almost need to see that again. Like, I thought Darkseer was dying, then he got... Hey, what was it? Something healed him up, right?
I literally... That's what I was trying to figure out, too, because I thought the initiation was onto him, and then Techies died.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I saw cleanse, but I didn't think it was that... It healed for 450, but it looked something else healed him for a lot more. Maybe I'm blind. Is it a Lotus or something? A healing Lotus?
It must have been. Yeah, he got jumped on. Mystic Flared, by Storm, everything. ET Earth Splitter, and then suddenly...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to... Oh, whatever. Either way, maybe it was the Techies HP that I spoke, and they were so stacked up that I couldn't see the differential between the two of them.
Yeah.
But either way, Ramsey spent his gold, so is down for 30 seconds. That was the reveal of that Aghanim's pull on Kiyotaka. This is the matchup that we were saying, like I was talking about, though. The later and later it can get, I mean, even sometimes early, if you don't get an advantage as Alk, you can see what the TB can do to him. Age can just focus fire him.
TA2000, top of the net worth now. Obviously, a little bit deceiving because of the fact that, you know, he did buy the Aghanim Scepter for his Storm, but he's still got room to grow. He's queued up the Swift Blink. He can still get his own Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I mean, this TB is getting to critical mass. He is terrifying. Okay, so
And you still have the late game threat of Tiny, who has an AC now, so he is kind of scary.
He's on his way. Almost, yeah, 23. He's actually near 25. He's almost the same pace of levels, at least for TA 2000. And that's the Swift Blink done. Jesus, this TB is going to melt heroes. And they don't seem to have a way to actually bring him down. They have to focus this Darkseer. But Malik still gets the spells off, especially now that he has BKB as an extra form of survivability, too.
I like this. Okay, he was queued up the heart. I think, yeah, could have been greedy. I think he just realizes he needs to be able to get the series of spells off, and BKB is going to help him. So,
Radiant's bottom barracks are
bottom lane, I think you have to respect this 9Pandas push. You cannot allow them to just get this Rax for free. But West are still pushing towards top.
Nice play here from Yarrow.
Melee Barracks down to health. Miro will go ahead and pop the Shapeshift as he heads into the base. The fortification is there. But it's just the Lycan showing. They know they're all behind him. Nope. Can't find his target quite yet. Baiting a little bit thanks to the Crimson Guard. But, I mean, this Rax is dead. Miro just gets it for free.
Nicely done. And they're able to... It's okay. They're able to just disengage, too. West, they want to chase.
Yeah.
They
They have to, right?
Yeah, they see Ramses up top for a second, so they know that there's only 3 or 4 down here. They're even smoking out.
Smoke. You've got Swift Blink, you've got Manta, you got Silver Edge. He is fast. He's going to run in. See, and Pars will get some vision onto Solo as well. As his smoke pop, he knows someone's chasing him. Reflection just barely off the mark. 4 steps forward again. He's got another Swift Blink in 2.
I mean, look at Ramses sprinting across the map to get to his team.
Under his own, he literally just pops his ninja gear in his backpack, right?
Yep.
Just to try and get there faster. It's his level 25, so has the regen
Okay.
instead of the movement speed talent.
All right, interesting. Thought maybe you wanted movement speed this game to get to this TB, but all right.
Scotty just owns both those talents. That's the problem with the TB Elk matchup, is like both his level 25 talents get owned by TB Scotty.
I mean, that's why this matchup is... It's all about Alk being quite far ahead and you just snowballing and ending the game before TB gets too big. And they still have such a big lead and they do have tri-scale core, but... This TB is still
just
scary.
try and force the fight here, maybe, as TA2000's in the Roach pit. Just chipping it with some illusions.
Hey, look at Malik.
Walk out with the Silver Edge.
Malik's like, I don't feel safe in that position. I gotta get to a safer one.
Yeah. Dude, this is a super tense Roach. This has an Aghanim Scepter. It's going to move top now.
They're setting up
5
for
seconds. So Quest has already taken the portal.
It's nice that they have Lycan versus the Wolves at least, so they're able to clear some of these out.
Yeah. Oh, you mean versus the Mines?
Lycan versus the Techie, sorry.
Yeah. I got what you meant. Yeah. That makes sense. All right. So now if you're 9Pandas, you have to see how do you go through this portal.
They send the Wolves first to scout,
Yeah.
and the Spirit as well, too, to scout.
Oh, I had no idea the Spirit could take it.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yep.
Wall comes down. Miro goes for the shapeshift, the avalanche, the toss, the blast off. Your
Miro.
Lycan is dead.
Miro's dead for 8. He doesn't have buy.
Kiyotaka TP to the portal. They actually see them coming through. Noob looking for the opening. TA2000 is going to come in. He gets right on top of Antares. It's a disaster for 9Pandas. They lose 2 right away.
They're panicking. I feel like they're like, we don't know what to do because this Rose shifted. They don't know how to get up there. They can't contest it now.
He even dropped the wolf bite onto the elk like before he went through the portal. So that's gone too.
Did Miro think that he was going to be able to survive with his cheese and stuff? I guess he must have gone through the portal, but they actually just completely controlled and burst him.
Avatos, blast off, the damage from Tiny. Like we said, Tiny can scale, and oh boy is he. He's level 25 now.
Solo.
Bottom lane. They find Solo. That's a nice grab. It's only a matter of time here. TA2000 uses a couple auto attacks, and he's got him. No, that's a dieback, actually.
That is a dieback. I mean, TA2000 somehow. Only the 1 death, and that was at like the first 2 minutes in this game. 7, 1, and 8. He is now pretty much has what? He has Aghanims or Boots of Travel he's going to bring out or something like that. He is huge. 25 is hit.
I think he's just going to buy the accent.
Yeah, probably accent. You're right, yeah. And they're just panicking. They didn't know how to contest this.
This Tiny buys a crit. He's going dataless. Who needs Ags? He's just going to click people. This Avatos. Your base, what? Okay. Sometimes you forget Tiny just destroys your base.
They have to howl to try to slow him down. It reduces a decent bit, but not enough at all.
Minus 200 damage. Not enough, apparently. Oh my goodness.
He still has 50 seconds. Look at it go.
Yeah, you got some problems here. He's gonna dump in. Nice Hex from Kiyotaka. Got a shield rune as well, so he is not an easy kill. Well, you do got to be careful. Noob's got this Aegis. He is very content just taking down the damage. Ooh, Ramses gets caught with the wolf fight. The toss on in. Kiyotaka is in pretty deep, but Ramses looking for an open on the backside. Does get the concoction off finally. This Tiny is a little bit too tanky, though. Not really the target. There's going to be a nice Vortex catching, too, but they're still alive. Kiyotaka is out of mana. He's going to try and get out of here. The bash is out from Ramses, holding Noob in place. But again, he's your Aegis carry. Miro does take down the Shadow Demon. TA2000 with the Sunder. He's going to be fine. Malik pops the BKB, able to get away. Gets the cheese off. The back into the wall. They've held the Lycan. Ramses on the run as well. They will be able to survive. Quest looking to kind of regroup here as they don't have meta for another 30 seconds.
They did get the
13
melee.
seconds.
They did get the melee racks, though, off of their persistence. Anyway, they do force a buyback from the Shadow Demon. I believe Kiyotaka now he buys a refresher shard, hoping for this last big fight. He's 25. They need to get a big connection. Meta's back up here, so Quest, very likely that they're going to be ready to fight.
I mean, the only thing they're waiting on is Wall in 30, but because of that talent, it's going to be back up for the fight, almost guaranteed.
Definitely
They
will.
know that they are mid.
The buyback is available for the majority of the heroes on the side of Quest, except for that Shadow Demon and the techies right now. He's got the refresher in his bags too, the darks here, so he's got the double wall. Use this TB. Yep, he's eating the axe. Now he's got Swift Blink. He can actually be a pseudo-initiator. Now more control for the Storm.
Yeah, Swift Blink into Terror Wave. Still has buyback as well. So worst case scenario, he gets bursted.
Yeah,
which seems hard.
They haven't been able to touch him because they have to put so much attention to killing like Kaori. There's so many other things that they have to deal with. Like this TB, he needs to be answered, but they have other things that they have to prioritize.
We're also concerned the fact that Malik has Refresher Shard.
Yeah.
Radiant are
So that's pretty good.
Quite decent.
That'll help, I think.
2 vacuums, 2 walls. Pretty damn good. Kiyotaka has his...
Level 25 now.
And he's almost got buyback on the Storm too. 700 away.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
All right, nice. I mean, 9Pandas is still playing this very well. They're being very patient, like not wanting to, jump the high ground here and get caught once again. As they see Ramses, he's going to TP back. The rest of the team disengages. So they managed to get the ranged barracks. Not the most important thing. But
doesn't do too much at all, yeah.
Yeah, they at least don't lose anyone yet.
Yep.
I say yet, but they're smoked up.
I mean, Quest is very ready to fight anything they find here.
Kiyotaka jumps for Malik. Nice Vortex onto 2. Omar still manages to survive. Do they actually have the detection? Can they grab Storm Spear here as his BKB expires? Meanwhile, Noob.
He has a refresher.
Looking for Antares. Uh-oh. Noob's in trouble. Forces. Gets away actually under the Shadow Walk. He's okay.
Nice aggressive play from Kiyotaka. He's 70 seconds, no Shadow Demon. He has Refresher too, so he felt very confident to go for that type of play.
Yeah, that was cool. Noob's got to cut waves.
And 9Pandas.
Oh, just get
Just
TP back
push.
instead. All right, you still have a lot of options here on Quest, but there it comes. The Wolf Fight, the Shapeshift. They're really strong here on side of 9Pandas. The Avalanche toss back. They've actually caught him into the Terror Wave, but he's managed to run away. There's going to be the BKB, the pull onto 3. Can they get out? The Terror Blade falling low. He's dead. His buyback is there. Malik with another vacuum. The damage is going back the other way. The illusions are doing way too much. Malik with the refresher. He's looking for more of the vacuum back. They've taken down the Storm. Miro trying to TP. He's going to be able to make it, but Antares, under the cover of this Trickster Cloak, might allow him to escape, and he does. Just barely, but a lot committed from Quest here. Lots of buybacks. Meta on cooldown now as well. He's got to get to the other side of the map.
That was massive. What, 3-man double pull there coming out from Kiyotaka? That was gorgeous. He does end up paying with his life, but that is buybacks being committed there from Quest. Kiyotaka, he is trying his damnedest this game to carry. He gets the pick up on the SD to allow them to go for this type of dive play.
Dude, he did so much damage on the Storm that fight. That is nuts.
Actually, was checking. I was surprised. I think he bought the shard after the fight. I don't think he had it at the start of it, because this shard actually adds a lot, but
Yeah.
either way. Roche, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, double vortex with timeless relic is so nice.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Is
barracks.
the duration talent, I'm guessing?
Yeah, you always take it.
Yeah.
Hex now, though, for
Alright.
Malik. Extra form of control for him. 30 seconds. Kiyotaka's not had to use the buyback. This is pretty important for 9Pandas.
Could take the Tormentor here if TA2000 really wants his, but yeah, going high ground, probably more important.
He's committed, too. He used his buyback, so it makes sense, but he bought the full refresher. It's coming on courier for TA2000. Look at these wolves scouting. They don't have a gem anymore, right? Yeah, they don't. So these wolves are actually giving tons of information of the supports in the back lines.
And Miro's looking for his opening. The shapeshift is out. If you can get it done once again, chew through this Shadow Demon, it'd be great. These illusions from the Terrorblade, the disruption as well. I mean, they're getting a lot of damage onto this ranged barracks. Ramsey's forced to clean them up. He'll back away. So another tier 3's down. This game, so tense.
It's so close. It's really so much up to the initiations of these next few moments, in particular for the side of 9Pandas. I mean, if they can find this TB, that could just be it. They're going to smoke. They've got this information here constantly at the walls. I keep checking. Did someone buy a gem on Quest yet? They need one. Yes, they did. Okay, Omar did. I was going to say, they need one to be able to cover and protect these backline heroes. So otherwise, these wolves, they're just going to give all the information for Kiyotaka to go for those crazy jump plays. And every time he's got Refresher up, like, he has so much burst damage with the double pulls.
Oh, he didn't buy one. They never picked up the gem that they lost before in the fight. He sent his courier back across the map to get it,
Okay,
and then portaled it bottom.
Okay, cool.
That's pretty cool.
I was just thinking, like, they just need a gem, so...
Yeah.
Omar, yeah, he's going to be the one to hold it.
Oh, they're in a really good
Kiyotaka.
spot, but Kiyotaka goes in. The BKB comes out from Malik, but Noob just destroys the Skywrath. Made a good start to the fight. TA2000 pops the BKB. In comes Ramses, though, trying to just chew into the darks here. TA2000 trying to do the same. A nice disruption to buy him some space. Miro getting some damage up, but there's going to be the Sunder. He has to leave. Malik gets the wall, gets the back off, but he's got to get out of here. He's going to be able to. Ramses can't stay on top of him. TA2000 with a nice blink out. West has spent a lot, and 9Pandas still looking to chase. They don't have the detection.
No way Omar gets out. He actually does.
Unbelievable.
Only on Tara's dies in the entire fight. Okay.
Two different fights, right? You have Storm jumping the back line, and then on the other side you have, TA2000 and Noob trying to jump the Skywrath.
Yeah. They actually got TA2000 relatively low. His Sunder was used, and they had him kind of isolated with the stun, but Kiyotaka ran out of mana. On the initial jump, he actually was down to, like, I think 10% mana, so he's just sitting watching on the sidelines waiting for some type of jump, but yeah, no mana, so... Reset.
Roche number 4.
They'll be able to
They
get
don't
it.
know. They're going to get it. Oh,
See you later.
actually, this might be better that it's Refresher.
Dire are strong.
Well, maybe not. I don't really know who takes it.
That's
Okay,
the-
come on. Stop playing ping pong, guys.
Yeah, that's the only thing is I don't know who takes it.
He's going to go back to bottom. Yeah, when you bonk him like that, he goes back to the lane. It's really weird.
But he does keep the refresher shard, like I was telling
Yeah,
you.
he still keeps the
Yeah.
Refresher.
So.
Noob is getting Megas, by the way.
Okay, Ranger Axe taken out.
Sean has fallen.
Noob almost has a full Satanic also too, as you said, scaling. He's actually higher level than TA2000 somehow.
And we were saying like he does scale eventually, and he's managed to make it happen. Dude, the
Kiyotaka.
chip onto the barracks is pretty good. Oh, this is a huge kill. Avalanche to toss back into the Terror Wave. He is a huge component of their team fight, and he's dead.
Oh my
He
god.
will have buyback,
He
but
almost
that is
survives.
an incredible find.
He's so tanky. He actually almost survives all of it. 4k HP, but they have enough. 90 seconds, and he's definitely going to have to buy back.
Those 2 hexes, a vacuum, Avatos, like so much CC, and yeah, you're right. He almost lived.
Oh, Ramses. That was the refresher shard he was picking up. TA2000 finds it. They don't even get that benefit of the Roche. And that's actually interesting to point out too. Ramses was the one who took Aegis instead of a Storm. So usually don't see that happen.
Oh, wall gets dropped. They're just going to use these illusions. They really want this barracks. I mean, if they get it, Mega is going to make it a lot more difficult for 9Pandas to play out of the map. Noob just pops the BKB, walks up, and slaps it down. That is Mega's baby.
Oh man, they're going to have this continued pressure now on the map too. DD rune is up top too if they want to grab for next fight. They've got good
You have
information
to wait
around
the
here.
BKB, right?
Yeah. They have great information around here though, and we're getting closer and closer to tier 5s.
This game is wild, man.
This is amazing. This is such a good game right now.
This is so cool.
Hey, 9Pandas, they're perhaps feeling a little bit frustrated after all this kind of game because, you know, they had some type of pretty big advantage in this one too. A couple maybe overextensions and stuff. This TA2000 TB, he's held his ground. Definitely with the good backup of Malik, I would say, but...
Dire's courier has been killed.
I love where TA2000 has just positioned himself as well. Like, when you're holding this, like, dire triangle area, you can just cut 2 waves. Like, and if, like, 9Pandas want to smoke out of the map, like, you have to address the Megas plus the Terrorblade illusions. Like, you can't just let them take the tier 4s. All right, Noob will grab a DD rune and bot a Moon Shard.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I mean, he's an issue now, too. Like, it's not just this TB. Like, this Tiny is going to just shred people, especially supports, and they're actually going to jump.
They do indeed. Does he pop the Terror Wave? He will, but Miro gets the BKB off for the moment. He blinks back immediately as Solo is pretty deep, and there's going to be the Vortex. They managed to catch this Tiny. Doesn't have the BKB. He's trying to survive. He's alive. Infection. He walks away. He gets out. He'll lose Ramses. That's going to be his age as the BKB comes out. Pins laying into Kiyotaka. He can't finish off Noob.
And Ramses
is in so much trouble, but so is the Terrorblade as he gets bursted down. Kiyotaka comes back with a vengeance. 3 dead without buyback. What a play from 9Pandas.
Oh, what a Kiyotaka is actually just carrying so damn hard. I actually have no other words for 9Pandas. He's doing so much work. It's 100 seconds now, no TB. Can they force it down out through these lanes? And that was insane. And it actually ends up being okay. Then Ramses is the one carrying the Aegis because of all this, because he actually causes them to focus fire him. He respawns, and Kiyotaka actually ends up cleaning up. Holy crap.
That is wild. Man, that BKB timing, like, it was like 3 seconds off for the Tiny. It would have been a completely different fight if he gets that, if they don't get that initiation.
Yeah.
But
they've got a window.
Now,
it's 80 seconds, still no TB. What was his... I actually didn't pull up the buyback yet. Okay, it's back up. Just kidding.
He's got it now.
It might be coming back up soon, but...
Well, there's going to be Wolf Fight out in 10 seconds. We're just going to go right into Shapeshift form, look for the tier 4s. They do get a really nice wall again, and force back 9Pandas. The buyback from Omar is there.
And they're holding the buyback for from TA2000 for a long time here.
The toss back is really scary. Yeah, they're actually just too afraid. You got to address the mega creeps in your base as well. That being said, Kiyotaka will just snipe the Wisdom Rune. Noob is looking for him.
Oh, they're sprinting. Darkseer's coming in too.
He gets the BKB off just barely. The Hex does not come out in time. Dude, he is so tanky on Storm. Like, Noob does a lot of damage, but it's the Howl just reducing so much of it, and just 4,000 HP on Storm.
Yeah, and he's almost 25, so that actually is going to be a big difference too. If, and I hope, he takes the Howl, reduces attack damage versus a TB versus Tiny. It's going to chunk their damage down.
I feel like you have to. That's going to be wild.
TA2000 did not have to use his buyback on Quest.
Here we go, 60 minutes.
All right, which are the most
you're
broken
right.
ones?
We didn't use buyback. Wow.
We got some Ex Machina, Book of Shadows. This one, there's a lot of little plays here that you can do with this one to save people who are getting focus fired.
Ex Machina is fantastic. He needs the double BKBs at this point.
Okay, yeah. Holy crap. All right. And the armor is always amazing too. What did Antares get? He got Force Boots. That's going to be nice to protect his allies too, as well, besides just himself. Book of the Dead from Yarrow. I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness.
And they've got all of theirs.
It's just so much damage for Universal Heroes too.
Yep.
Like, and 60 stats. Pirate Hat for the ET. Not necessarily because he's scaling, but you have to get a Pirate Hat.
The dig,
60
baby.
minutes, I feel like. The being able to get a free bounty rune is nuts.
Yep. The dig is amazing, and Solo has actually acquired himself some farm too. He actually has a refresher. He's holding a refresher shard too, perhaps for one of his teammates too. But he's actually going to do some big damage too. These fights are going to get real wild.
Yeah, they are. Stygian now for the Tiny. So if he gets to your throne, he will like 4-shot a throne at this point. But
yeah,
see what ends up happening.
See these Book of Shadow plays and stuff too. Kaori hasn't quite decided yet what item he's going to be picking up. He's holding on to a tier 5. He'll get the cast range.
Okay, Seer Stone. All right, well, you're never going to find Kaori at this point, I think.
Jesus, more damage for Kiyotaka. He's got the Revenants. He is pretty much critical mass inside of Moonshard. And he's already bursting heroes very fast. This is like the best damage item you can pick up versus heroes like Terrorblade.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Oh, these fights are gonna be wild. Holy crap. So much
Dude,
depth to execution. Let's see who gets the saves. Is there Book of Shadow, crazy plays? I'll do my best to keep track of everything because these are gonna get quite wild.
Yeah, everything just exponentially more complicated at this point of the game. Trying to think if there's like, if any team is waiting for a specific item at this point that they want to finish up, but it's like, you're just sitting on so much gold on some of these heroes. Like, Alp could get another Aghanim Scepter, holding buyback, of course.
Just waiting for information if people make mistakes. Whew. Some tense moments upcoming.
Dude, he's just able to get so much vision on the Lycan now with Book of Shadow as well. He's just running these all over the jungle.
He actually took the wolf summon talent too. So I guess he wants information preferably over the how reducing total attack damage. Okay. I mean, he does have an insane amount of summons if they get the push going, if they do get an opportunity. Ramses.
Wait a minute. Wolf fight? Noob. I mean, seeing Nero would be nice, but the vision from the wolves, it's getting there. Looking for Malik, he's instantly going to be forced to BKB the vacuum. He's going to trap Ramses up on the high ground. Uh-oh. Ramses, it's not where you want to be, baby. The Tearwave's going to come out. The Refresher is there as well. Ramses, it's a slow but painful death. Maybe the Force Staff to the low ground thanks to the boots. It's actually going to get him out of danger. Malik, now he's going to be the one that falls. Kiyotaka's out of mana. He needs help, but he's going to turn his attention on to Noob. The Vortex is there. They've got him, baby. You lost Ramses, but you get a nice buyback. He gets a good vacuum. The fear, it's not going to connect as Miro gets the beat, baby, and Kiyotaka, he's just going to sacrifice himself instead.
Okay, it's 2 buybacks from Quest. Get themselves some cleanup kills. I mean, Malik, Jesus, how much work can this man do getting this Ramses on the cliff for like 15 seconds? That was Force Boots, I think, that actually got him down,
Force Boots. Yeah.
They eventually do get him down, but he drops. Now they got a push going themselves. 80 seconds, no storm. Might have to force a buyback.
Is it 5th Roshan in a minute?
Something like that, yeah. I didn't even get to see if any Book of Shadows or anything happened or anything. Malik ended up dying.
Yeah, he did. He bought himself a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, then BKB turned on him. Force Boots in. Wait a minute. Antares tried to go for Malik, and instead Malik turns it around. He gets caught by the vacuum. Kiyotaka looking for his option. There it is. Looks of Shadow, buying him some space. Ramses with the wolf fight. The chase Malik from the sky. Yeah, they're chasing. They really want this dieback on this Dark Surf, but he is too far away. You will lose Kiori instead, thanks to the Nullifier. And it is get out of town now if you are Quest. You cannot afford to lose more heroes here.
Miro tried to get more catch. Couldn't quite. That was a wild, aggressive move forward there from Antares, but I guess trying to force the issue with the buybacks. Now we have two of the 2 big buybacks down for 9Pandas.
Man, that would have been huge if they get the kill, but high cost, high risk, high reward, and Antares just Force Boots and finds a random gem. Thank you.
That's been there for like, I think 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that one from like 3 fights ago or something?
I looked at it earlier and I was like, I'm not even going to touch on it because there's just too much shit going on. 25 on the sky, also 2 hit, and Roche, like you said, it is up. So they're going to go for it. Who was the 2 that used buyback? It was the Tiny and Malik. Man, I could even see an argument for giving Malik an Aegis here, how important he is, but Noob is also a pretty big beast, so...
I feel like you actually probably give it to Malik. Like, have him just backpack his Refresher or something. I don't know. It feels really hard not giving it to him, but...
we'll see. But maybe Noob just calls for it, because he also has to use his buyback. Yeah, he just calls for it.
Yeah. They've got Refreshers. Cheese will go on to TA2000's backpack, and Noob 29 on this Tiny. Dude, if he ever gets an Aghanim Scepter, you're in a world of pain.
Very true. My God. All right, so these buybacks, they're going to be pretty huge not having them, especially on the two more important ones, I would say, on 9Pandas. They do have Malik without his, but TA2000 has his available.
Yeah. They have that, like, 1 minute time frame, right? When Quest has the buyback advantage. See if they can actually kind of line that one up, but you won't have an Aegis at that point, so we'll see.
It didn't get the touch on also, Malik camping.
Oh, wait. Nullifier is out. He's just going to throw out that avalanche, but in comes Kiyotaka. They're looking for him. He gets the Hex. There's a Terror Wave. Actually catches the Storm Spirit.
Kiyotaka!
Stun. If Kiyotaka goes down, he gets the BKB, able to zip away. The Refresher comes in. He's looking for the Vortex. Once again, grabs him a TA-2000 standing his ground. There's the first vacuum wall. It's time for 9Pandas disengage. Can they finish him off? TA-2000, he's in so far.
Nobody's
They
dead.
managed to get out an absolute mess of a fight, but Noob is hungry. He wants more. The vacuum. In comes Ramses. He gets the stun. It's going to be an Aegis here onto Noob, but Malik, he gets the second wall off. Second BKB there as well. Noob will respawn. In comes Kiyotaki. He gets the Hex. The Avalanche connects for the moment, but he's able to zip away. In comes TA-2000. Nice reflection. He's got a refresher.
He's thinking about it.
Oh, Kiyotaka is so low on mana, but
Mirror
they
shield.
can't get on top of him. Mirror Shield so close.
Okay, already tries. Gets disrupted himself.
That's Seer Stone, dude. That was a sick Seer Stone play. If he gets that, that'd have been nuts.
A sick fight into nobody dying.
Right? Like, what the
Ramses-
heck?
Ramsey's also, if you didn't catch it, like the mid fight, he actually self-stunned himself the whole fight right before the first go. So,
no.
all right, interesting stuff.
This is a wild game, man. What the heck?
Absolutely wild. Miro actually spends his gold. I think he bought a full butterfly in that last engagement, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see which one it was, if it was that or the refresher, but he doesn't have buyback either now.
Oh, they have vision on the Kiyotaka. He gets out.
Does
Does he
he?
get out? Glimmer caped up. They're
on
looking
the
for the
right.
backside instead. They'll just take down the Elder Titan. And, oh, back wall back. They find Miro. He does have the Nullifier out. 2 seconds of the BKB here on the Malik. The Darkseer. They will fly back on the ET. The Vortex comes through. Can they take him down? He does. That's the dieback on the Darkseer. And TA-2000, he needs help. He's able to get away thanks to the Shadow Walk. But they're turning their attention back on over to Noob, who again survives thanks to Shadow Walk.
No way.
Omar put away by the Books of Shadow, trying to run away. He can't get out.
Noob
It
is
looks
going
like
for
he
the
will
base.
finally.
It looks like he's
We'll
running toward the
finally
base.
Tower is under
Okay, he reconsidered.
Dire's
Tier
middle
4 is
tower
down. They will have to leave. You have buyback here on this Techies, but Darkseer down for a full 90 more seconds.
Dude, I still can't get over Kiyotaka. I mean, we talked up his storm so much, but I feel like he's delivering more and more and more inside of this game. He's just getting these incredible pulls. 80 seconds, no Darkseer. They gotta shove like all 3 lanes, or at least 2 of the lanes at the same time, so Ramsey's just bottom while his team is mid. See what Quest looks to do with this information. TA-2000, now full MKB on top. He's gonna have to start swapping some items around. Ping in the base. Looks like they got bottom lane out far enough. They're satisfied with that. Ramsey's gonna push top, has bots 2 to join.
Oh man,
Can they punish?
this game is tense, man.
Can they punish while the Darkseer's dead? They're gonna. It looks like they're gonna try their best.
I feel like you've got to, right? Like, this is your best shot. You have fortification. Tier 4s are still standing. The all-in assault is beginning. The Avalanche to toss Miro on TA-2000 on the backside, just trying to bring down the ET right away. In comes Ramses. The refresh, though, is there. He's actually pretty tanky on the out. TA-2000, that BKB's about to
splitters.
expire. He's got another refresher. The Earth Splitters are there. The disruption to buy him some space, but there it is. The Vortex is going to find some work. They take down
TA?
the Techies. TA-2000 has been caught by the Hex. He's dead. He's going to have to buy back into this game. Noob trying to hobble back to the base. The tier 4s, they're starting to fall.
got
9Pandas. You need to be careful. You do not want to fall here. What is left on TA? He still has BKB, 1 round of spells.
Now let's respawning. Can 9Pandas end it?
They go in. The Terror Wave is there. They're just trying to focus the throne. Can they do it in time? Ramses is falling. Kiyotaka, the Hex comes out onto the Lycan, but a nice sleep from Solo. It's the space that they needed.
Look
The
at Solo
back
go.
wall, it's not enough. Pandas win. What a
Holy
game.
crap. That was insane. That was so cool toward the end. Honestly, Solo ends up doing some pretty big work. His splitters, I think, did the majority of the damage versus the TB. Holy crap. 9Pandas. Back and forth we go, but they actually end up taking this one. That was insane. Kiyotaka, absolutely beyond the MVP, but Miro did some crazy work overall in this Lycan. 11, 2, and 27, but it's the scouting that he did with the woes most of this game that was clutch.
It really, it was just coming down to that Darkseer's buyback. His like, the amount that he added to every single fight, just the double vacuum, the double walls was just like absolutely wild. And they have that opening. They just managed, the fact that they managed to close it out just that fast. Dude, sick plays from 9Pandas. This was such a cool game.
Yeah, and even like toward the end, I think they gave like an Ag's blessing. I mean, there was so many that were giving out, but to like the ET, and then that solo, you know, besides just having double splitters, he can actually get in on top of TA 2000. Then you see them get ripped apart from damage. This was a super exciting game.
Dude, yeah, this was so much fun. It's like very rarely do we see like games that go this late that are like, I would say more often than not in this patch, I've seen a lot of games that go this late because of like turtling defenses on the high ground where like they literally just can't siege. This was just so back and forth.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Super back and forth. Ended up just getting that clutch pick off on Malik. Malik was really the difference maker a lot of times to keep Quest inside this game. Just some insane vacuum walls and stuff like that. But, I mean, Kiyotaka, you can't say enough about how much he did. And I do want to give Solo a bunch of credit, too, because I feel like he played this ET phenomenally from the early game to the finish. Like, I felt like his splitters were even very impactful.
Yeah, I mean, you were right. I was looking at, looking back at that last fight. It really was just a double split Earth that just took, like, 3/4 of the Terrorblade's health.
Yeah.
It just did so much work.
And then he stomped TA 2000 for the full duration, so he's just standing there watching his buildings get hit, so...
Yeah.
This was a really, really cool game.
It honestly might have made the difference on that throne at the very end, because I'm pretty sure Miro dies. Like, we'd already lost Ramses. Miro probably dies, and then it's just up to Kiyotaka alone to finish the throne.
Yeah.
So, like, that stomp was so sick.
Yeah, I mean, this was an insane game. We see the replays of how many of wild vacuum kind of plays to keep Quest in it for the most part in this game. They get the megas, and 9Pandas, they make the better decisions toward the end to at least fight through it. That was sick. I don't think we're going to get a much better game than this one.
Yeah, probably not, but very happy to at least be able to watch this game. This was so sick. Like, like itemization this game was just so good from Kiyotaka. Like,
yeah,
I just can't come back to how good his Storm is. It is nuts.
I mean, I don't blame them for first two picking Antares' best hero and first two picking Kiyotaka's best hero, right? Like, it really is insane how much he's able to do. Even though he got picked off a couple times, he is keeping consistent of net worth with an Alchemist. Yeah, he gets given an Agamemnon and stuff like that, but the boy's a beast.
Oh my god. Yeah, this sleep, dude. No way.
Yeah.
That's
Huge.
so sick. What a game, man. What a game. I mean, Elder Titan, we've been seeing it picked a lot more, and this game makes another great case for maybe Elder Titan is just first round worthy. Maybe it's just very good now. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, this was, I mean, yeah, everyone did their work. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get a treat to see something like this as well, just like crazy comebacks and crazy back and forth. Even though we've had a lot of kind of comebacks and crazy kind of plays from a lot of different teams here, this was really exciting. This one was very tough to tell till the last few team fights, till they get those pickoffs and stuff. There are 5 items, so we get to see, of course, these fun mirror shield plays and stuff like that, pirate stats and everything. So, yeah, super cool game.
You were saying when we first started today, you're like, man, this is the series you were excited for. Quest versus 9Pandas. He's like, you're saying you love these this Quest team. They've looked super good. 9Pandas has had a pretty rough day. This game definitely redeems them. They played exceptionally well. So we'll see if they can carry that momentum into tomorrow. But we've got one more series coming up next, which is going to be Shopify Rebellion versus BetBoom, which should be a lot of fun. So make sure to stay tuned for that, everyone. We got one more series here, and we'll see you after the break.